when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to our whole world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our whole world. All that I tried to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand. We did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning. This is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to our whole world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our whole world. All that I tried to hide away from the scars we made. From the scars we Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our new world. All that I tried to hide away from the scars we made. Welcome to back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to
Now, welcome back, everyone, to Nerd TV for another RSR Next Generation Cup Series race. This time live from the simulated Nashville Super Speedway on the iRacing platform. Weather on the track today looking much better than the past couple weeks. 76 degrees, 51% humidity, partly cloudy, no winds. So we're going to in store for a really good race. Hopefully, we don't get 5 overtimes like the actual Cup Series did here this past Sunday night. But we're out to find out for 150 laps here this evening. My name is Jeremy Stanley, aka Jay Swifty on the interwebs, and new person to my right-hand side. It's not Dustin. It's not Jason. It's Scott Martin from Martin Sports. Scott, how you doing,
going on,
man?
I'm good. Good. Thanks for letting me sit next to you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Here a little bit. Wait, that side. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So we're RGBing it right now. Red, green, blue on the cameras here. Dustin on the left-hand side. Speaking of color, how's it going, man?
Doing pretty good. Glad to have Scott in here. It's always fun to have him come in and add a little bit of character to my lack of character, so to speak. But I always enjoy having multiple people in here, so should be a good one. It's Nashville. I know Scott has pulled probably hundreds of laps this track when it was there for officials, so he's got experience on this track, and it usually poses a pretty good racing for sure.
Yeah, 100% here. We're going to kind of figure things out along the way here. Nice little gift for y'all to hear Scott Martin's radio voice through this whole...
I do have a face for radio, though, see?
Scott, there's this thing called being your own worst critic. That definitely applies here this evening.
Well, you know, I know I'm awesome, but I'm humble, so...
There we go. There we go. We brought the shovels out. We unburied you from your J job, and you're going to have a little bit of fun here for this Tuesday night series.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Looking through the names, see if I know anybody on here.
Well, if you do, shout them out.
Well, I recognize...
It's very common to find your logo on any one of these cars out here, so...
There we go. I know Brandon's got me on his.
Yeah, Brandon Gagnon. He's one of the fastest ones. P4 on the board right now, and... This is where our time, Scott, where you could, take the shirt off because we're taking our cameras off the screen, and we're going to have some fun here on qualifying. 5 minutes, 2 laps as normal. And looks like our fastest time posted was Zach Strengthen on the 2. Not too many times we see the number 2 post the fastest time on the board. Let's see if we can get him on track. If not, we're going to rotate to somebody else. So we'll give it a couple seconds here. Well, it looks like the top 10 isn't really joining on to the track, Dustin.
Yeah, and the thing is Schrinthal has been gone for the last couple weeks now, so this is actually his first race back, and at least I know he wasn't here last week, but it could have been the week prior to that as well. So it's good to see him back on the track.
Scott Martin's new in the booth, and also we got a new person in the chats. Desiree Blocker saying, go Kevin. I almost said my son's name there. Go Kevin. So that's not Michelle, that's Desiree. So it looks like Kevin's got a female fan base out there. 2 for 2 on that. I don't think I've seen any male shout him out. So go Kevin on that notion. But here's one of our drivers. My paint scheme on this number 83, Brandon Gagnon. He was 4th in that practice session. And we're going to see what he does around for this qualifying up here at Nashville.
You know, he's not a very talented guy in real life, this Brandon, but he sure can drive fast and turn left at the best of them. No, I'm just kidding. Super talented guy, actually. He's one of the main guys over at Studio Displays, and does some really good work for them. So if you get a chance, check out his profile or find him on the Instagram. Give him a follow. He's a good person in real life, too, and he likes the Boston. So...
And Brandon Gagnon's got a fan out there. Of course, the Let's Go Brandon thing for special players. I think I know who that is. And as he crosses the line here to complete his second lap, 29.9082 tenths. Actually, just over a tenth slower from his practice time. Currently put him P7, it looks like, on the boards. John Velocity in the 15 might have his first attempt here at getting pole.
Yeah, and right now we're actually on board with Schrinthal. He was late getting out there, but this is we try to highlight them, but this is your fastest time in practice out there making his attempt right now.
There we go. A couple of names up here. Nick Alford, second place. Alex Tilley, third. Not too many times see Alexander Hodge up there in the top 5. He's P4. So this track is a little bit unique compared to the normal cookie cutters out here. So not too surprising we see someone different names up there on the top of the qualifying charts. He's going to take turn 1 to build up the tire heat, build up the speed. He's going to cut it below the yellow line here to start his lap number 2. And so it's going to be a one and done effort here for this number 2. If he can nail all 4 corners off of turn 2, widens it out really good.
Ooh.
Flirting with
little loose.
Yeah, flirting with that 0x, but does not get it. Solid effort so far.
It cost you a tenth coming off the corner now.
We'll see. A lot more conservative there off turn 4. Did not get loose. Did not run up next to that wall. At the line, 29.814, 1/10 slower. But still, John Vlasky going to be P1. That puts Zach in 6th place, it looks like. All but 3 drivers have posted times. 2 of them are on track. The 28 Ryan Bean and Tony Ludi in the 88.
Yeah, and for all the viewers out there, just to let you guys know, Nerd Headquarters has got some big thunder boomers going on. We got some inclement weather happening. So if for whatever reason the live stream would just cease to exist, you guys know why. Obviously, we cannot control Mother Nature on that aspect, but we are hoping that she plays nice long enough for us to get this broadcast in.
Yeah, I mean, if you just search Illinois and bam, you got a massive red strip going across multiple states headed from west to east, and you're in the thick of it right now. So if we do go blank, that is why. I am not to blame. Scott Martin being a one-off here tonight is also not to blame. It's going to be ballistic on the production side. But looks like we got 15 seconds left in this session. Trying to squeak in one more lap here, Tony. Does he make it to the line? This is Tony Ludi in the 88 off turn 3 and 4. 3,
Nope.
2, 1, and that is it.
Just missed it.
It's so close.
Goodbye. And that was it. Nobody ever heard from him again. He disappeared.
My brother saying, my brother on the chat saying, love me some special plays. Well, because you are special. So we'll give you your moment for that. But there we go. Grid is setting up here on the track. 25 times posted, 26 entries, 150 laps for the BestOne Tire 200. And does he tried? He tried.
Drone still broke.
The drone dismounted from John Vlasky's car and then it re-glued itself. So at least it didn't go upside down. He finally got the installer to put the camera upright. We just got to get the tether unattached from the 15 and we'll be somewhere. But here we go. John Vlasky P1, Ryan Bean's going to be second. Row number 2, going to find Harold Watkins and Nick Alford. 5th place will be Richie Coy. 6th will be Alex Tilley. 7th will be Zach Schrenthal. 8th place will be Michael Carter, 8 and 8. 9th place, Alexander Hodge. 10th place, Zach Wilson. 11th, Travis Strogeny. 12th place, Kevin Ruff. 13th, we'll find Nathan Campbell. 14th, Brandon Gagnon. 15th, Jeff Chandler. 16th place, Alex Snyder. 17th, Adam Boughton. 18th, Bob Fitzpatrick. 19th, Brian Fine. 20th place, Michael Sheffield. 21st, Tony Ludi. 22nd, Cole Brown. 23rd, Hunter Bailey. 24th, Jerry Culver. Kane Lee. And then the only person to not post time is the number 12, Robert Fitzpatrick. He does join the session there. So it looks like all entries will be attempting to start this race, guys. And there they go. They're going to roll off one pace lap ahead of them. And then we're going to go 150 laps here at Nashville.
This is exciting. I love it. Let's go racing, boys.
Keep the energy alive.
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Scott, if you could give that call there at the green flag, I will allow it.
Can't do it. It's trademarked.
That's
But-
fine.
Okay,
But
come
can
up
do-
with your own. Come up with your own.
I
then.
will. I will. All right. You tell me when.
You got a half a
all right.
lap. You got 20
I got-
seconds, sir.
I got this. I got this.
Okay, 10-4. Well, we're gonna build this up here. Best One Tire 200. We're gonna see the 15 take the green flag. I see ninth place, way to go, nerd. That is Alexander Hodge, I guess, but the YouTube channel's JK. So need maybe some clarification on that. But Scott, they're in turn 3 and 4. What did you come up with for this start?
Giggity, giggity, giggity! Don't let the rear end get all shitty.
There we go. And that is perfect for tire spin. I love that. For an old tire restart, we're going to use that one. There it is.
There we go. All right.
The 28 Ryan Bean, John blasting the 15, matched the restart time right there. And it's going to allow Ryan Bean to get a nose, if not a whole car ahead of him. Coming off of turn 2. It's always curious to see who's going to get the momentum here. Almost clear down the back straightaway, but 15 is going to have the preferred groove through 3 and 4. It's more preferred to the bottom on this set of corners. Turn 1 to 2, you can utilize the middle and maintain position at the line, though. Ryan Bean, of course, one of the strongest guys here at RSR, is going to lead lap number 1, guys.
I'm curious to see how the cars react differently than the trucks. I probably put 1,000 laps on the truck here this week, but I haven't run one in the cars. So I'm just curious myself. Oh, in the wall. Nope, not about me. It's about him. Where'd he go?
There we go. Brandon Gagnon, it looks like. Adam Boughton. Oh, there goes the one of Sheffield. He's going to kick it sideways, but the bar stayed green up top. No caution. Adam Boughton's calling for it on the race chat.
There
and
goes.
it is. Admin, caution thrown.
Debris on the track. Debris on the track.
That was
on the
it.
track.
And you know what, Scott? We were just talking to Sheffield prior to this race, so that was pre-commentator's curse. Man, Chandler, he went way low to dodge that one. What a reaction!
This all started back with that 17 car. Alex Tilley started 6th place, gets loose, hits the outside wall in turn 2, really checks up the entire field. This is from Jeff Chandler's roof. Oh my, he just pressed the ejection button to the inside.
It was more for the photo opportunity to put that paint against that green grass. It's brilliant, really. Like, these guys have got, like, their PR strategy on point. And really, see, right back on the track, like nothing ever happened. Perfect.
Doyle Lawrence loves his cars getting dirty, so that's what he did there. And then there's Sheffield and the one brilliant car scheme. I love that scheme right there. Red, white, and blue, of course,
Love the
for
Pink Panther
this
on the
week.
back.
Yeah, nice little touch there. I did not catch that until you mentioned it. There you go.
Yeah, I'm old. I see stuff.
Yeah, you're the guy for attention to detail. I might claim to be, but it's not me. But there's Alex Taylor. There's 17. He slams the wall. Look at the speed difference. Everyone's checking up big time. There goes the 8. Michael Carter. He barely squeaked. Cabin rough. Woof. But Brandon did not hit the brakes that time enough to avoid the 17. He gets hit out about and flying through. And I guess, Dustin, we haven't called it in a little bit. I might be a little too early. But let's try to back up to the 10's roof camera. If we have one more shot of this thing before we go live. Except we... Well, okay, he didn't really see it, but... I think I'm going to call it. It's going to be the Full Send University moment there in the number 10, Adam Ballin. I have not said it in a couple weeks. We started it, I dropped it off, and here we are. He's going to pick it up early on lap 3.
That's right, Jeremy. Tell him what he's won.
Nothing. He's got TV time for his sponsors, and that's it.
Front nose damage. That's what he's won.
You got a little bop on the nose.
I mean, really though, in all actuality, I mean that was excellent heads-up driving by everybody. Right. I mean, you've seen a lot of cars went by. Michael Carter went by on that high side, just missing it. I mean, you've seen Chandler's evasive maneuver, mowing the grass, helping the landscapers out. Sheffield, even though he had contact and spun down, it seemed like it was minimal contact. So it definitely could have been a lot worse on that. So he was able to actually gain control of that car and bring it back down. So aside from the damage from the stack ups there, which would have been on the 83 of Gagnon and the 10 of Boughton, I mean, it's everybody else did a pretty good job checking up for that car. I mean, who was clearly way off pace after that wall contact.
Yeah, 100% there. Jump to the chats here before we go back to green flag. JK is actually Alex Hodges' father, and then he's going to throw in the father joke and say, I went out for milk and I ain't coming back till he wins.
Starting the 7 had a near miss there on
Alexander,
0.
you got some work to do.
No pressure. No
because
pressure.
Your father might not return if you don't find victory lane tonight. And then Brandy Loxton, of course, head nerd in charge, Dustin proclaims, says, ooh, I hear my other hubby.
Uh-oh. The secret's out. And my boy just
apparently.
are you commentating tonight? That's watches Dustin. He every time he sees the nerditudes go up, Xavier's right there to see what the stream is all about. So I love that. It's nice to have him involved.
It is. It is. You got a good group of kids over there for sure. So glad to have you hop in there, Xavier, and kind of see what's going on and listen to your old man try to make me sound bad.
It'd be the first time.
Caution was waved off. We were about to go back to green, and
extended it.
So
by 2 laps.
The thing is here, we had a 2-week off break, right? They had a regroup admin-wise, and I think we're seeing one of the rule changes applied here. Well, let's see, because the lights are still on the pace truck, but I think the lights were off the last lap, and they're still single file. They waved it off, so I don't know if we're going to go 2 wide or single file, but we'll find out, I guess, on the next lap. But the 28 Ryan Bean, he's going to be P1. Harold Watkins, his teammate, second. Richie Coy, third. John Vlasty did fall back to fourth after those couple laps. And Nick Alford is going to be your top 5 on this restart, which should be resuming on lap number 9. Quick rundown on the points here. Nate Campbell in the 45 has a 13-point lead over the 23 Harold Watkins. Ryan Bean, who looks like he will be full-time still here every Tuesday, 18 points out. John Velocity in the 15, making some big gains. He's going to be 24 points out, and then Adam Boughton is 5th place, which, if that didn't sound familiar, the points were kind of reset in a way. And the top 10, I believe, were locked into the playoffs coming up here in a couple months. 11th through 16th, however, have to still battle for points. So top 10 is locked. Everybody else still fighting. To touch up on that, we do go double file, so we got 1 lap to go. To touch up on the 11th through 16th. Yeah, go ahead.
Single file, and you're in 12th place. You're half.
I was curious. I saw the lights off, and I'm like, why are they still?
Good to do if they keep creating cautions, though. That'll
right.
learn them.
Yeah, I mean that'll be a quick change there, but half lap left. 11th through 16th. Jeff Chandler, Kane Lee, Alex Tilley, Zach Wilson, Dwayne Furtick, and Travis Strajny. Those names are above the cut line. Everybody else is fighting to get into that cut line, which is the likes of Robert Fitzpatrick, Brandon Gagnon, Alexander Hodge, Brock Potter, Steve Potter. But we're about to go back to green flag. We'll touch up more on that later on this evening. And I don't know if Scott has any more in the chamber for the starts here.
Well, I would say, judging from the first one, they just got to giggity it again, because they didn't even do it right the first time.
Maybe you jinxed it. Who knows?
Right? It's giggity. See, I can't even say it twice.
Well, it's okay.
All right, green. They're going.
Green. Ryan Bean is cleared. Yeah, like he had the control to start and timed his teammate perfectly out to a 4-car length advantage in turn 1 and 2. The number 2 is Strenthal. Looks like one of the car utilizing the 3rd groove already in turn 1 and 2.
So that guy right there, he used strategery.
Strategery.
Yeah, Jeremy can't even say that.
No, the word's so butchered I can't even repeat it. So, but good battle here, 3rd and 4th. They're still side by side. Most of the field going single file already, which is very common for Nashville Speedway. I really hesitant to call it Super Speedway, but
it's not a super
here's
speedway.
a tight
You
race
actually
here.
gotta use the brakes here a little bit.
Jeff Chandler almost didn't use them. He almost has the back of the 46. He's going to come down a little bit to kind of put a pressure into turn 3 entrance. That's Cole Brown and the Tire Pro Chevrolet Camaro. 31 Jeff Chandler, he gets by. Now here comes the 41 Alex Snyder. Going to single file out on the front straightaway.
Yeah, looking back, we don't got anything double file until we get to about 10th place. And looks like, I can't see from this far, but it's like 14. Up on the outside lane, trying to scrape the wall a little bit. That's my calling card, by the way. I leave a little paint at every track because it's cool. I don't know about you, Jeremy, but I like to just leave a rear end tap there on the track.
There you go. And it has like a very double mint-y styled scheme there that Kyle Busch used to run. That is the 14 of Travis Strogeny, one of those guys who... Yeah, he got, with the points reset, he's already in the top 16 bubble, even though he's only been here for a few weeks now. So he's looking to kind of hold that ground there until we get to the playoffs.
I think this is where Nashville becomes the challenge. Like, a couple laps, everybody's really fast, right? But if you're in an open lobby, by now things have spaced out quite a bit. And as here, you're still, everybody's right there. So if you just make a small mistake in the entry, it's going to cost you 3 or 4 positions now, and you've got to decide: do I want to overdrive it to get those back, or do I want to, just take what I did in this corner and try to get it back lap by lap by lap?
And this is the weird thing about Nashville is like it is concrete, and the tires do wear a lot. You're going a little bit slower in the corners though, so you almost want to treat it like it's an Iowa corner. Something similar where it's not exactly a short track, but it's not a normal 1.5 miles. So
it's not a super speedway.
It's definitely not. I don't know why they call it that. But either way, you're going to find this track, it goes single file, but it has a way of keeping everyone at bay, and then there's going to be a lot of passing late in the run because everyone abuses the tires a little differently at this track.
Right.
Oh, the number 2 is going to make a pass to the inside of Zach Wilson in the 51. I think Zach scraped the outside wall just a touch. It allowed Zach to get to the inside to turn 1 and 2. Almost gets him clear. Zach's going to get a good pinch line there, just holding the second groove. Gets a little loose, but gets a great launch off corner exit.
Yeah, I think you're going to start seeing the tires get just a little bit greasy on exit. I know most of the truck races by now, somebody would have come around. So it's pretty impressive to see the cars handle as well as they do here.
Still remain side by side. Michelle Rittenberry on the chat saying, let's go, Kevin. So there's the second cheerleader for the number 99.
Man,
And
that dude, eh?
since we're talking about him, this is a great opportunity to sponsor plug the series sponsor and the race sponsor for tonight.
There you go.
So 2 for 1. BestOne Tire and Service, the official series sponsor for the Tuesday night RSR Next Generation Cup Series. And so if you're looking for a one-stop automotive repair and tire shop, BestOne Tire and Service helps you get new tires, tire repairs, and the service you need from the people you can trust. And check them out by going to bestonetire.com. And then they have a little location checker so you can see where the nearest location is to you. And if you're in the area, go visit them.
And many of those locations are family owned.
Throw
Yeah.
that in there.
That is correct, and Kevin swears by him. He loves the service. It's a bias to take if you don't think, but it's really just, it's truly a great place if you're in the area, so go visit them. BestOne Tire.
That's a bold name. They're just putting it right out there. We're the best one. Come get our tires. Love it. It's simple, to the point.
It's to the point, but it's BestOne Tire, so it's like, do you have 3 mediocre tires and 1 really good tire?
Well, this is the best one. This is what we think you should put on. I'm sure it doesn't go that way. They sell you the best set. I promise.
This is very true. Look at this racing here on the front stretch. This is for about 6th, 7th place. These guys side by side, multiple laps, shuffling around. This is what I was kind of talking about as these tires settle in a little bit. Well, admin thrown caution for the second time this evening on lap number 19, presented by Boomer Button Boxes. And we're going to find the 41 Alex Snyder stopped on the outside of turn 1 and turn 2, takes the toe. And Dustin's got it on the Nerd TV replay. And what are we going to see here, Scott? Oh, contact.
A little bit. Got into it. Doesn't take much here. Little tap in the back end, and she'll get loose on you. Try to rejoin, and it's right there. That change in angle. Yep. Cut her back up. Couldn't get it to go back to the left. Ended up getting in front of our guy Brandon again. Just not his night.
Also involving the 17 still. Alex
He
Tilley.
got some damage.
he's one lap down and got part of that caution too. So 2 drivers, 2 for 2 on the caution counts here tonight.
That's tough. Can we go, like, why rejoin right there? You know that's going to throw you as soon as you come off the apron. You know it's going to throw you out.
We can maybe get a look on the 91's roof camera. There's the far chase, and yeah, it just looks like Snyder
Just took
cut
the air
across.
off.
Wait, they just didn't realize the 91 had the nose there.
Well,
He just
91's
come right
established that lane. He was coming up a little bit, but that's all it takes. Little tiny tap. But
Yeah.
see, this is what I think should have just eased that entry angle a little bit, and that probably wouldn't have happened. Could have came
Yeah,
right
well-
back there, give it up 2 or 3 spots. That's what we were talking about earlier. You know, you want to be super aggressive, try to get that spot right back when you screw up or something happens, or ride it out, and your car's probably not destroyed. It's destroyed now.
And he's destroyed enough to where Alex Snyder has backed out of the session. So the first retiree for this evening. The 41 is out. 25 cars do remain. And yeah, a little too early to make that kind of close call. Now,
I like
if
that.
you're a non-NASCAR person or non-oval person, and you're on the road series and you're going in a corner, you have to have the fender to proclaim the corner is yours, and yeah, that's your position. But that's the tri-oval on an oval race. That's technically not a corner. So you can have the nose there, and you just have to have the the wherewithal to go, all right, there's a guy low. I need to give him that space because it is technically part of the straightaway and not a corner. And so it's a little bit of an awkward situation being Nashville. This tri-oval is a much sharper tri-oval compared to most others on the circuit.
Well,
If the car behind you has established the low line and he's holding it, you don't come down in front of him and slow down.
yeah, and here's the thing. I mean, I'll play devil's advocate because, I mean, you can look at this 2 ways. One, the 41 was clearly in that second groove. The 91 had that lower groove. They were in separate lanes. They each had established that lane. The 41 should have committed to the lane he was in, knowing as close as what it was. I mean, every driver's got mirrors. They can see what's going on. That would have completely, debacled that whole situation from taking place. On the flip side, the 91 can see what's going on. That early in the race is not worth risking or anything else and just keeping your nose there. He could have easily just rolled out of the throttle for just a blip, a split millisecond, and there would have been no contact. So, I mean, it could have went either way. I'm weighing in on the side of, okay, you are committed to the high line, that second groove. He's committed to the low groove. We got to have an understanding of spacing here. If it's that close, don't push it.
It didn't look intentional. It didn't look like he tried to pitch him and ruin his run. It just, maybe he just kind of forgot where he was for a quick second there.
And jump into the chats real quick before we go back to green. Doyle Lawrence, Jeff Chandler is running P14. Welcome to the stream, by the way. He mowed the grass already one time, so the black and green car cutting the green grass on the back straightaway. But no damage to that 31. So mid-pack right now, qualified 15th. So he's got some work to do to find speed here. And then I see Michelle Rittenberry distance on Facebook stream saying it was cutting out too bad. That's just Facebook being Facebook.
I got you, Jeff. Doyle, I got you. Here, we're gonna go back and show you what you ended up missing here.
On the fly in a second, he's got it in slow motion too. Quickly cuts down below his teammate Brandon Gagnon, ramps down there a little bit, cutting some grass. And I didn't know he was a race car driver and a lawn serviceman, but here he is.
We got to get Scott's lawn care on board. Watch him pit row. Looks like Brandon's still going to try to come back out there. He's missing about a fifth of his car, but that just makes it lighter and faster, so he can come back out on track and see how that goes. I bet you it works wonders for the aerodynamics of that car when that gets going.
Just adds character. Just adds character.
And now it's back. Well, that was weird.
He's part of our team at Nerd Esports, and so I gave him a good shout out over the past week, saying nice job at Auto Club. And well, I'm gonna have to figure out how not to jinx it because he's been damaged heavily in the first 2 cautions here.
Yeah,
Tonight
he's
he's
still on the
went
lead
back
lap,
200. And he's 2 laps down right now, so he's got a ton of work from the 83 side to get going. But green flag is out. Ryan Bean, of course, going to get that controlled restart. He goes to the bottom this time. Still clears his teammate Harold Watkins by 3 car lengths, getting to turn number 1. Then he goes single file top 2. Everybody else remains 2x2 going through turn 1 and 2. And it's a lot racier on this opening restart here on lap 24.
Yeah, now everybody's got to remember cold tires. Give them a second. No, I don't think anybody came in and changed tires other than the cars that were damaged, so it shouldn't be too bad.
28 outstanding lead, 5+ car lengths on the first lap. Nose to tail for the top 6. Double file there in the back for 7th or 8th place. That's Zach Strenthal on the inside.
A lot of 2x2 going on here right now. This is more fun to watch. I would much rather see some good bunched up side by side. Let's see who runs out of tail at first race.
Okay, I have to give a shout out. Scott, this goes to you. Fireball says, hi, Uncle Scott, because she's watching you on the stream.
That's my fireball right there. That's my girl.
I love her.
Thank you.
But
Fireball's
I
a great
agree.
game.
I mean, this racing, and I mean, that's why this track is so good, though. I mean, it really is, because I mean, it poses great racing. That low line, yeah, most of the time can be preferred, but I mean, these drivers have shown that they can make that second and third groove work. So it's a multi-groove race here. You see them, use that apron going through that tri-oval there. That real, it's a forever long tri-oval, but then right at the peak, like you said, Jeremy, it is sharper than most other tri-ovals. So this track just poses great racing all the way around, and these guys are showcasing it for sure.
Yeah, and it's amazing how they can keep nose to tail for so long for so many drivers. It doesn't break up as much as you would think it would. And speaking of breaking up, third boomer button boxes caution here on lap 28. Looks like it was somewhere back in the field. I saw one car out of shape. We got Dustin here on the Nerd TV replay, and don't tell me the 17's 3 for 3 on these cautions. Slides way up the track, right in front of Jerry Culver. And there she goes, 17 Alex Tilley. Much difficult times had at Nashville right now for the 17.
He had the magic car too, so he just head left and came back. Love it. That sucks, man. That dude is just, he's out. He's like, peace, done. Alex left the building.
Yep, disconnected from tonight's session. You see Jerry Culver slamming to the back of him there. And that's just tough. That's a big, there might have been enough time to slam on the brakes, but that's just a huge speed differential. And so I can't really blame fault to any one person there. Just a bad situation overall.
Well, and you're looking up track at that point. You're not looking it's 2 feet in front of you. As weird as it sounds, you're not. I was just noticing, they call it the Super Speedway, but when your leader can get that far ahead and not get sucked back in, you're definitely not on a super speed.
I guess Nashville creates their own rules when it comes to terminology.
Ryan wasn't running away from Richie, but there was, a good 15 car gap there. And if you're on a Talladega or Daytona, you're going to get swallowed up for doing that. Those are super speedways. This is just speedway. It's not so super.
And this is where we plug you, Scott. Here's your Martin Sports Get a Grip hashtag.
Oh yeah, right after I bust the people in Nashville. Yeah, let's plug my company now.
Yeah, there we go. Martin Sports awarding.
Send all hate mail to Scott at martinsports906.com.
You love shouting out the emails. You called yourself out on that one, but there he is.
Yep.
He's going to go from 2 laps down to 1 lap down. And since we got the sponsor plug on the screen, we'll just might as well go full blow, man. Scott, take it away. What you got there on your side of the camp?
I'll tell you what. We at Martin Sports, we make top quality apparel, like the brands that you've known for years and years that have all the big corporate money, and you see them all over TV. We make as good a product, if not better, but we sell it for about half price. Wow. Family owned, sitting here in Michigan. martinsports.gg. GG's because we got game. It's really what it boils down to. So give us a try. martinsports.gg. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/martinsports. And if you don't see the MS logo, it's not the right Martin. So we got that going on, but that's our plug.
Now, .gg, is that get good? Is that good going? Is that
We got game, we got gear.
game gear?
Right?
Sometimes we got grub. All depends what's going on. We got gloves.
You do got gloves. You do got
Yeah,
gloves.
we got batting gloves. We got catching gloves. We got catching gloves with cheese. We got everything. Everything.
Got gloves.
As a matter of fact, if you do play ball and you're a fan of like the Easton bats or anything, get a hold of us. Don't pay that price online. Just get a hold of us. That's all I can say. Otherwise, they can.
There we go, 10-4. We're still live, so just a weather.
I know.
I think Dustin's camp is still with power. What's the weather report over there? It's nice and clear here in Nashville tonight. What's the weather look like on your side?
I wish I had some of the weather that Nashville's having, that these guys are racing in. There's thunder boomers going on. Power kind of flickered a little bit, and I was kind of clenching a little bit. I was a little worried, but so far so good. And like I told the admins, because we always let them know when we have inclement weather that is out of our control, just so they know, if the worst case does happen, they're aware of it. But like I told them, as long as we've got power and internet, we're going to keep calling the show, and that's what we're doing right now.
Well,
It's
keep
a
bringing
62 here, Dustin. Sorry.
A balmy 62.
Yeah. At least it's a humid cold.
It's 82 degrees at 9:30 Eastern here in
Oh,
Florida.
you
so
shut
guys can
up,
go
Jeremy.
somewhere.
You just
No, I
stop.
don't want this.
That's why you
I
like
want
some
60
bragger.
degrees. I want the
I hope the
50s.
humidity matches your temperature.
It's a real feel of 90 degrees outside, let me tell you. It is gross.
And
And
how backwards that is. It's 88 degrees, feels like it's 90. And here, wintertime, it's like -5 degrees, feels like it's -30.
weird how that works.
We're in
We're
different
gonna-
parts of the hemisphere, buddy.
We're going to keep the Darrell Waltrip vortex theory going on in Dustin's camp, and hopefully if he keeps bringing heat, we'll keep the power alive, keep the storms away from his house. But here we are. Green flag is out, of course. The 28, Ryan Bean's got that restart. He's going to go to the bottom once more here. He's going to bring the 23. Richie Coy, who did start second, did not find the right gear. Going to quickly fall back to third place. Zach Wilson's going to single file fourth. John Blasity fifth. Top 10 goes single file before turn 2 exit, before you're going to find the pair of black and green cars. That's going to be Jeff Chandler and Bob Fitzpatrick. And they're going to go single file here, but now here comes to the inside. Is that Adam Boughton there? No, it's the
Michael Carter.
Carter in the 8. Going to look underneath the 14 here.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know any of the names. I just know the cars are pretty. So, the purple one's trying to pass the blue one, but he's got the white and the orange one in the way. That's all.
They are nice looking, though. They are nice
I do know a
looking.
couple people, right? I mean, we got our boy Richie in here. I haven't seen him in a minute. Nice to see him racing. The Nerditude's car was sharp.
Doyle
Keeps
Lawrence.
pulling my eye to it.
I mean, I'm in the painting community. Doyle tried outdoing my Hoonigan's car. He saw mine and he made another Hoonigan's car. It was a custom scheme, not a replica. So I know Doyle, you're watching now, so I can call you out on it. But,
He's been
looks
waiting
like
all week for that.
I think he's actually overtaken me with his Corvette there on the trading paints. He's top 3. I didn't even check tonight. He might be P1 at this time, but flat black chrome. That's his specialty, and man, that thing looks awesome. So good job on that notion. And I see Thomas Pope coming out with the Brandon quote, Brett Bodine Gagnon. We laughed about it a few weeks ago, and he's back with the same quote tonight. And then Michelle and Brandy having some fun there. So appreciate you all chiming in. I have to scroll tonight to look through all the chats already. We're not even halfway done. So good job there on that notion. But there's 31 and 3. They're back side by side here going through 3 and 4.
I'm hot.
I was about to say, see what
always
happens
you.
when we bring Scott on here? The
I
chats just light
guarantee you
up.
that I +1 your viewership tonight.
Well, your other wife is saying she's still waiting for those Martin Sports leggings, by the way.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we got to get on that. And I got to get that. Hope we find some time over the 4th to finish up on that Switch, too, man. we just been busy.
Yeah, I know it's always good, and that's why we always love our partners here. We always shout them out. And we've had some very long running partners, Martin Sports being one of them, iRacing, iFlag being another. We always enjoy seeing them do very well. And Scott and Sue and the family over at Martin Sports, you guys have posted record quarters the last 2 quarters, so stuff is definitely going good for you guys. But that also means you guys are slam busy. So there's always a caveat to it.
Well, either that or we sucked for the first 27 years, and now we're good at it.
Now there's an outlook.
I never looked at it that way. Leave it to Scott.
27-year tryhard over here, finally making his ways.
So I'm watching Ryan. Ryan's pulled away again. I don't understand where he's finding speed that nobody else is getting. And you got 10 cars behind him, all bunched up, but Ryan just staying out there floating. His car is great in clean air.
So Nashville is one of those driver tracks to where if you got it, you got it, and if you don't, you're not good. And so it's a very rhythmatic track, if that's a word. And Ryan Bean has it. Just
I think
been
it's
solid.
rhythmic, but
Rhythmatic sounds fun.
Rhythmatic sounds like it happens on its own.
And that's what Ryan Bean's doing. He just sits in the
There you
car
go.
seat and it drives itself.
Right?
And single file here is teammate Harold Walken second. Richie Coy still remains third. That's your top three.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Jeremy. I'm sorry. The only thing when you said that comment about Ryan being the only thing I could think of is Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights. I'm just a big hairy winning machine. I wake up in the morning and piss excellence.
That's what he did this morning.
Well, he's falling away. He's gaining. It looks to be, a solid 10th almost every lap right now.
He's had his bowl of Wheaties this morning. He's feeling great.
So I'm
He's
telling
got
my
it
screen
in
this
1
wide
second.
right now. I only see the 28 car. I don't see anybody else. Where'd they go?
He's
Oh,
still
there he
separating.
is.
Oh, 3 wide here. 51 in
There
the
we
middle.
go. Do it.
1 deep onto the apron. That's the 45 there. Nate Campbell.
Still 3 wide. Here we go.
Richie Coy might go down 2 spots in 1 try here. The 45 does the 2 for 1 on the front straightaway. Richie Coy checks up a little bit. Zach Wilson looks like he's got a nose. Now he doesn't. Into turn 3, the air is taken off 51 as Richie Coy has the fresh air. Going to have the grip advantage on corner exit because so. And so this time around, Richie does have that spot over the 51.
Sideline rats, man.
A little 3 wide. First time we've seen it on
overshoots
camera
it.
tonight. Oh, big checkup, big loose there. Now the 98 here. Nick Alford. He's
I'll
looking
see
to
if
gain
he
a
can hold
couple
that
spots
inside
back.
line or not.
As he's looking to the inside. Has the look, won't have the momentum. They go
The
back
inside
single
line's
file.
tough. You gotta get center off and be on the throttle there. You miss that
Yeah.
at all. We don't have the momentum coming up.
These corner exits are so tight, you just have to rotate the center or else you're done. So really
Gotta let her
difficult
roll.
1.33 mile facility here in Nashville. And as we're looking at the gear camera, rear gear from the 51, looking at the 98, taking another look on the inside, gonna make an effort, but when they get the corner exit, forget about it. There they go back single file once more. And
These are the camera angles I like, Dustin. This is good stuff. You can smell the oil right now.
so Dustin loves camera requests, Scott. So anytime, just request one. Dustin will make it happen. Just don't request the drone, please. Don't do that.
It's still broken.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise we had already been there. But this, especially when you're watching from home, and anybody that says that these guys are just playing video games, yes and no. See how immersive it feels for you at home now. Put that on 3 monitors and put your face 20 inches away from it, bring the sound up and tell them you don't feel like that. That's how we do it. It's a ton of fun. And I like when the viewers kind of feel for that fast.
Very similar to my setup there, and we're gonna shout out another partner here for the RSR Next Gen Cup Series. That's gonna be Admin Box. And so if you're looking for a box that's gonna take care of all your iRacing admin commands and a nicely lit display of all the buttons laid out very nicely, by the way, and makes your life a ton more easier. Head yourself over to adminbox.com. That's adminboxx.com. And use that promotion code RSR-BOXX. It'll save you 10% off your purchase. And this item alone is a game changer for the admins out there. Or if you're just a race car driver with some commands, like if you're Dustin on a Saturday night who has one admin command,
just one.
just one button, you can activate just
Clear
that
black,
one button
clear
from
black.
Admin Box.
Hey, just
Out-
real quick about these guys over at Admin Box, by the way. Got a real good, real life friend, and he just got through a battle with cancer. Guys over at Admin Box heard he was coming back and wanted to get back involved in iRacing, but he wasn't able to work his pedals yet. They sent him an admin box so he could come in and do some race control. So those guys over there, top notch. Definitely get over to Admin Box, BOXX. Don't put another one, otherwise you don't know what you're going to get on your screen. Just 2 X's.
Yeah, make sure you have admin in front too. That might be another safe route. But yeah,
That'll
check
work.
them out for sure. Very, very, very handy tool to have in your arsenal when it
Good
comes
guys,
to
man.
managing races.
Everything's down to a single press of a button. You know, you can get macros in there, you can all that just right there, and it comes pre-programmed. You don't have to do anything, just plug it in, use it.
That's so simple. I love that. We
It's
don't
so
have
simple,
set-
even I can use it.
Back to the action on the track momentarily here. 49 laps down, 100 laps or 101 to go at the line here. Ryan Bean out still 1 second gap between his teammates, the 45 and the 23, Harold Watkins, Nathan Campbell. Nick Alford jumps back up to P4 this lap. He's looking to the inside of the 51, finally gets the nose cleared, and now the whole car is cleared here through 1 and 2. Slides right in front of Zach, gets that. Richie Coy's gonna. Oh, we got a wreck there. John Velasquez, the 15, deep into the infield. His tail slaps it with the left rear. Not sure if that was by contact or getting loose, but we stay green.
There's the dude that knows how to wreck his car. See how he didn't come back up on the race surface?
That sounds
right in front of
awkward.
Everybody.
I know what you mean, but here we
Just
go.
giving him credit where credit's due.
It looks like assistance from Jeff Chandler in the 31. Just gonna come up to that left rear panel and send Velocity deep.
That'll buff out. All right.
Body panel's okay. I'm kind of curious on how these toothpicks and the rear suspension look after it's all said and done.
I'm thinking his camel toes are messed up.
Well, there's also a way to go about that one there. The 15 remains on track, so at least for the moment, he looks like he's okay. But Bob Fitzpatrick in the 3 car looks like he might be coming down pit road here. Him and the 1, I think, are calling it this time. 14 as well, Travis Drogeny. So pit window's open, guys. Here we go, lap 52. So it looks about, with the cautions involved, 50 laps is your fuel window. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 down pit road this time.
How many sets of tires do these guys get? 3?
As many as you want.
Oh, that's
I'm
not
just kidding.
racing.
I'm kidding. They have 3 extra sets, 3 sets. So they have started with 1, 3 behind the wall.
I got you.
And so this is
they're-
the first tire change tonight.
Now let's see how much quicker they go. They're doing 30.5s right now, so we'll get back into the 27, 28 second range.
The second time around. I don't see anybody else coming down pit road, so this might be a little bit of an early stop to kind of cycle things through a little differently. And kind of cycling the camera here.
Well, the other thing about Nashville is once you've plateaued, you know, that's about it. So you want to stay out on tires that you're on these long runs. Let's see what happens here. All right, leader comes in.
Ryan Bean solo without his teammates. We've seen this quite a few times throughout the year where Ryan Bean will be on a different strategy compared to his partners are 23, 45. So no surprise really to see him all by his
Only
lonesome.
P1 comes down, right? Only P1? Oh, here we
It's
go. He's
risky.
got it. Zach's
23.
coming.
Yeah, 23. He's going to come down this time. Zach Wilson, 51. He's coming down pit road. The 98's not. The 19's not. 2 is not. You see that? They're going to be your leaders this time.
It's surprising. See how
So
it
3
goes.
entries on the
Gives up
third.
a lot of time on the track if you stay out right now. You're plateaued, but you're 2.5 seconds off.
Now, Jeremy, remember, we have seen this bite Stealth Motorsports in a big way where they had differing strategies like that. And one strategy was a 1-stop, the other strategy was a 2-stop. And the 1-stop was the one that got it.
Oh, came around coming in the pit row. Too fast. Was it 8
I
car?
think that was before the yellow cone, so I think there's not going to be a
Alright.
penalty. Just some time loss there for Michael Sheffield in the 8.
That's Carter.
Sorry,
Michael Carter.
Michael Carter. Good thing on the correction there. Thank you. Outside of that, see Jeff Chandler, Jerry Culver. I think about 6 or 7 total. Tony Ludi in the 88. He's coming down this time. Here's the 2 of Zach Strenthal. He's down to speed just fine. So pit road is very busy here on lap 56 and 57.
One's about ready to come in. So what makes this a challenge now is got about half the cars going full speed, half the cars not going full speed. Full speed cars are just coming up. They're anxious. They want to get rolling. Cars that are running a little bit slower, probably trying to find a way to turn left and get on pit row here pretty soon. Might have somebody already there that's faster than you. Find out.
Brandy, to answer your question, that's the number 2 is Zach Strenthal in the double bubble car there. And then Doyle gave us a mic drop saying he's got 43,000 favorites on Trading Paints.
With the mic drop. Oh, man. All right, my man Doyle. Shots fired, man. He just dropped it.
Yeah, he took my ego, and it was a inflated balloon, and now it's underneath his shoe.
He's just slowly applying the pressure.
And they're mostly women. It is Guy.
Oh, we got a wreck.
Oh,
46. And the number 2, Zach Strenthal. Both of these guys, nose to tail on pit road entrance. That might have been where the 46 was coming down pit road. Cole Brown, he was scheduled to come down that time. And I think it's one of those cases where the 2 did not recognize that. See the damage done to the 2 of Strenthal. We're going to back it up here. Yeah, coming down pit road, 46, obviously down to speed. He posted 4 times in the chat, pass right, pass right, pass right. So it was called for.
Oh, he locked it up in a pole. Yep.
That's what happened.
He just hooked it.
Yeah, he locked it up there to try to slow it down, and it pulled the car
Missed his
right.
entry.
Yep, right up into the line of Zach Strenthal. Zach had nowhere to go at that time.
That's exactly right. You saw the little puff of smoke. You saw the rubber screeching across the surface as he slid up.
You got to be careful not to slow down while you're still above that yellow line right there. You know, you got to get below there and then hit those brakes. Otherwise, you're going to get ass packed just like that. Ooh, Preparation
damage.
H could be a sponsor. That'd be awesome.
I mean, after
I'm
this
writing
one, bam,
See?
full speed.
Oh, that's got to hurt. Preparation H takes the burn away.
I don't know if the burn applies to the bumper, sir. It's just numb at this point. That was a heavy
That's
impact.
rough. That is.
Just nowhere to go. You see, like, there's just physically nothing that the 2 could do. And that's going to bring out the 4th caution tonight. I think this is our quick time to do our first picture-in-picture commercial break. We'll be right back for the drop of the green flag here, which should resume on lap 63 or 64.
2 pictures for the price of 1.
Welcome back to full screen here. Going to resume this race on lap 65. I said 63 or 64. Make me the liar here. And Cabin Ruff in the 99 will be leading the charge here on this restart. It likes to take the bottom. Just to the outside is number 12, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. Adam Boughton, Brian Fine, Hunter Bailey. That's your top 5. Great start there from the 99 as he gets about 3 car lengths over the 10 and the 12 here. They go side by side into turn 1 and 2. The 12 quickly falls back, not only to 3rd, but to 4th. Brian Fine quickly charges through. And there's a lot more spacing here on this restart.
I don't know if you noticed this, but there's only 7 drivers on the lead lap after that. Drivers that had stayed out during green flag pit stops, they did not come in. So literally trapped the entire field 1 lap down.
That's a great call there, but we saw some contact there. 46 in the middle of a 3-wide sandwich.
Yep.
Looks like they figured out as Robert Fitzpatrick just dropping back very quickly here. But yeah, 7 cars on the lead lap. Ryan Bean is one of them. He somehow escaped that with that early pit stop. But everybody else, Nathan Campbell, Harold, Alexander, Bob, Nick, Richie, Zach Wilson, Jeff Chandler, Travis Stravny, all the good names that were in the top 10 here so far, minus the 28, is no longer on the lead lap. So that is a lot of wave rounds that they're going to need, which is a shame. That's a big shame. That's going to really cycle the guys that were mid-pack on strategy. They all of a sudden have a chance.
How does that work? The wave around. Do you just like got to go around the track and be like, huh? Like wave at everybody and go all the way around and then like...
So, you know, they're banking on your sponsor plug.
Is it
As
like
pretty wide
a
on the stretch
princess parade wave or is it a...
I guess you can dress up. And there's a lot of checking up
there we
here.
go. 46
Oh,
right
no,
in the back.
the 8's in the wall. The 51.
We got a lot
More
going on.
clumping in the
3
back here. We're going to
wide.
have a caution.
Yeah, the 7, the 98, 46, all 3 wide, bouncing into the walls. Yeah. Rubbing his
So,
racing.
This is going to start a little bit further ahead with the 14 of Travis Strogeny. Looks like he gets in the back of the 31 and sends him into the 51. So it takes a 2-for-1 there. They both save it. But then Sheffield checks it up. He gets loose, goes to the top to avoid Zach. He hits the
Bit of
wall.
wall.
4 wide.
88 might have net coded to 51 right there.
And then this is where chaos is going to ensue. Ryan
12
Bean
in the
driving
wall.
in, and he's
Ooh!
the one who destroys him. Your race leader, the fastest car tonight, involved in this one on lap 67. I don't see the damage on the car, but I know there's some type of damage internally to that 28. That was a heavy contact there.
That's a bummer, man. He's been fast all night.
You might get a good view of this if we go on board with the Ryan Bean car. I'm not pretty fairly certain you're going to see everything. You see the initial wreck, he spins. You see the 8 make a quick move, and then he's like, well...
Gotta go right, gotta go right, gotta go right.
Sheffield said nope.
Car came left.
That's Carter, not Sheffield. They have very similar cars.
They're all red, white, and blue tonight. Rightfully so, but makes
That's
things
rough.
challenging.
That's rough.
That's cabin rough. Michael Carter has suspension damage. I saw him park the car, got the tow. He could not turn left. The car was stuck to the right. So massive damage to the 8. Probably an 8-minute required damage repair.
Get that man a beer.
Not the one that Doyle is drinking. Doyle Lawrence, not a lager group over here, at least from Scott and I's camp. Dustin didn't chime in on that, so I'm not too sure, but
I don't mind a good lager, but
it's too much for me.
I don't do much for adult beverages. I do not do much, very much in the beers anymore. Mine is usually a mixed drink. I usually do the whiskey.
I'm a vodka guy.
I can do a Smirnoff. I like the lady drinks. Okay, I'm nothing.
A good screwdriver.
I don't need to.
Sounds good every now and then.
Yeah, I'm not the one who has to prove anything. I'd take the fruity drinks all day, no problem. That's my style. And I'm gonna kind of do a little damage report here. on the cars that were involved in that wreck on 67. The 88 Tony Ludi, he's actually still on pit road. I didn't think he took much damage, but he's been sitting there for probably 2 minutes at this point. Michael Carter out of the car entirely, so I think he's done for the night. One of the other ones, Michael Sheffield, he's in the back, but he's 2 laps down. He's okay. The 28, though, Ryan Bean, I was really curious to see where his damage was going to put him. Well, he decided not to pit. All the way up in P4 after being in 7th or 6th on that restart.
Yeah, he's got some front end damage. You could.
Like, he hit the 8 a ton, but it somehow...
I'm looking at the front end of his car.
He's
right
okay.
Now. It doesn't look terrible.
No. I guess they hit in the right spot. So the good thing with his Gen 7 cars, if for those who don't know, is the radiator distance between the bumper and the radiator is much larger than any other previous car. There is probably 2 feet plus a separation. And so when you hit someone like the Ada Michael Carter, you don't get the radiator damage. So you just have the cosmetics up on the front, maybe pushing a bar or so. But internals, I think, are okay in this 28.
You got the head nerd in charge laughing because you referred to him as lady drinks, Jeremy.
Frou-frou drinks. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm okay, Doyle. We can't talk anymore. That's fine. I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to prove.
Right.
And I don't even know what Smirnoff that the spelling is way off. That's okay.
No, he means
That's okay.
Smirnoff.
And it is, yeah. You can call it a lady drink. It's a light beverage. It's something just to enjoy without trying to get somewhere in a hurry.
Smirnoff is I can drink 3 or 4 of these and still drive home legally. I like those.
Dustin enjoys the
It all started with
vodka
Bottles of James.
orange juice mixture from Smirnoff, so he's in my camp on that. And so
No, I said a screwdriver. I didn't say a Smirnoff.
that.
I said a
Enough of
screwdriver.
those. That's a
And,
specific
well, Smirnoff-
the Smirnoff camp.
Correct. Smirnoff makes the screwdriver premix cans and bottles.
No,
That's right.
no, I don't do premix. Like an actual screwdriver. I choose my vodka. I choose my amount of mixture.
I only get vodka at 5 clocks.
Well, here we go. Back to green flag here. Lap 73, the 10 of Adam Boughton. A Nerd Esports driver are going to get his first lap led on the green flag this evening. Brian Fine, second place. The 7 of Hunter Bailey. He's going to get split there with the 28, Ryan Bean. Going to quickly clear him down the back straightaway. There's Calvin Lee Ruff. He's going to take the spot from the 7 as he washes up a little bit. Does not make contact. We stay clear of that. Top 4, single file, 3 wide now. The 7 in the
here we
middle
go.
gets split by the 12 and the 46. Now here comes the 23 as well. That's Watkins. Alexander Hodge in the blue Walmart car. He's going to try to do something here, but the 46, Cole Brown, checks him up a little bit. They still go 3 wide on the back straightaway.
And these are all lead lap cars now. We got 8 of them fighting for position, and then you've got the race to stay in front of the lap cars down right there in the mix. So this is where it gets really interesting. I like this kind of stuff right here.
Yeah, it's a big cluster of cars here on your screen. And most of these are for the 1 lap down position. So this is
Right.
basically 2 races, right? You got your race lead with the 10 of Adam Boughton. But then you're racing to get the lucky dog. And that right now is held by the 23 of Watkins. Alexander
And they're not clear of the top 8. They're all intermingled right in there with these guys. So it's
Yeah.
going to take a lot of patience for the lead lap cars. These guys have every right to race them hard right now. A lot of guys don't like that, but they're racing for position and they're racing to be lucky dog. If you're not fast enough, get out of the way.
That's really true there. In the touch base on the mingling of the lap down versus the not, like you're gonna see this group right here just go at it for a while until the next caution because
Right.
they are trying to be in the best position possible. That's the 11 and 23. Those 2 cars are battling for that lucky dog contention.
Huge
And they're
right now.
nose to tail right now. The 12 trying to do something about it. Bob Fitzpatrick, he's a couple cars back. He's looking to get up in that mix. Contact, I think, to the Bob Fitzpatrick and the number 98, Nick Alford, through turn 1 and 2. Looks like no damage there. They stay straight through the corner exit. And look at this 2x2x2, potentially 3 wide here. Just getting still super racy 5 laps in.
Yeah, you can tell that we've been on the track for a little bit. Looks like we're getting a third groove. Oh, there we go. 98 got into. Who was that that just went sideways? We lost one. Our
Nick
sixth
Halford.
caution. 12. He's done. He's done. Well, that's unfortunate.
Give me Bob Fitzpatrick on the 12, 98. Nick
What do we got
Alford.
here?
Go in the Nerd TV replay to take a look at this here. 5th caution presented by Boomer Button Boxes. And here's the wreck. Here's the tight tri-oval. The 12 Fitzpatrick. He's going to come down the track, and it's very, very similar
Yeah.
to the previous caution, or 2 cautions ago. Just
You
comes
were not
across
clear,
the nose.
Sir.
But
That's not even across the nose. He
it's a
came
tricky
across that
tri-oval.
front axle, man. Jeez.
It is a very
You were
tricky
not-
tri-oval.
You're not clear, sir.
And then
There's
that's
one
going to
car
include
again. He didn't
Yeah.
look bad, but I mean that's probably the third time we've seen the one car make contact.
Sheffield, Doyle Lawrence. I see your car once again maintaining
Yeah.
the front lawn this time. Oh, it's gonna have a bumper though.
Got to get the hedges
So-
pretty quick.
Yeah, Jeff
Oh,
Chandler,
no.
Jeff Chandler and Richie Coy both made contact with Fitzpatrick Sr. as he was spinning. They had nowhere to go on that one. It was literally right in front of them.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's unfortunate. There, you're
Can
gonna
we
see
get
the board. Doyle, don't look.
Can we get a front end
And,
look at Chandler's car when you're done there, Dustin? Looks like he's
just-
got some pretty heavy damage. Oh,
Looks like the front bumper, the 31, just advanced itself off the chassis, flying through the air.
oh, you said a
Some
distance
bouncy ball
record for it, though.
physics.
Unofficially.
So very not good for a lot of drivers there. A lot of damage. The 12 decent amount there on the left side, of course. We already touched base on.
Oh, there he goes.
Yes.
Boom. Magically
Chandler-
stuck it back on.
You know,
Love
in
this
the
game.
virtual world, Scott, they have bumper replacements just right behind the wall. And so that's what they did. They pulled a new one on. They bolted it on real quick.
all this work on the collision models, right? And if your front bumper cover just went flying 150 yards down the trial, well, how the hell is it back on your car? Come on, iRacing, do better.
And so the damage physics, which I like body panels flying, but they just make it so just exaggerated.
Well, and it's cool.
It's like
but-
Mars gravity
Race-
physics.
Yeah, we did a race yesterday in the OP Premier Series, and the last lap wreck, I think I counted 12 hoods flying up at the same time like it was a college graduation, throwing their caps in the air. It was impressive how many hoods just start flying. So
Well, and they have like rubber physics, so they'll hit the track, and with every hit, they seem like they keep going higher and higher. Like they do not lose
right.
momentum; they gain momentum.
yeah, it's very,
Trampoline
very
bounce.
odd. And we're gonna go 2 to go here. So
Oh,
we're gonna
this
resume
is
this
gonna
race
take
last-
forever. Sorry.
It's okay. It is a-okay. We're just past halfway, lap 81 of scheduled 150. Hope you're having fun so far. So we got 15 live on the YouTube side. Chats have been fun. That's an unorthodox style broadcast when we do bring in Mr. Scott Martin. So hopefully,
But it's
You
a
can
it's
change
no
the
it's
pace.
it's a good unorthodox style though. I mean, it's we always do broadcasts and we have fun with it, but when Scott's here, it's always a fun atmosphere. So we call the race, but we still we have a lot more fun doing it.
it's very
And,
different, out of routine.
Watching here, it looks like Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. not only has every letter in the alphabet except for Y and X in his name, but he also got the lucky dog. He's back on the lead lap.
That, I'm not sure how that's possible. He was the caution. You don't get waved around for that. So I don't know if he
Wow.
was a lap down prior.
Maybe he wasn't, but I thought he was.
Who did benefit?
Maybe.
from
Well, we
that?
got
The
Robert
Watkins.
Fitzpatrick Sr. and Bob Fitzpatrick, so I don't know.
Harold Watkins. He was the actual hashtag Get a Grip Lucky Dog award winner, presented by yours truly, Martin Sports. He's gonna be resuming this race P8,
There we go.
10th on back, still 1 lap down. Is if you cycle through the field, Dustin, to the camera, when you're lap down, you go to the inside. So that's why you're only gonna see a whopping 3, maybe 4 cars on the top lane on this restart. Everybody else has to stick to the bottom single file. And next up in line, Alexander Hodge. He's going to lead the charge here. He's got Bob Fitzpatrick in the 3, the 98, Nick Alford. Those guys are in position for the next Lucky Dog attempt if we do get another caution here. And half a lap left to go back to green flag.
All right, we're going to be 6 cautions now, so we over-under, we're going to have 12 cautions tonight. What do you think?
I think it's going to be under. It's going to be under that. I mean, we're working. Well, we're coming up on 2/3 of the way through this race, so I think it's going to be under that for sure.
I get a feeling we're going to get a couple. What's their green light checker here?
They have 3 attempts. I'll get a confirmation here shortly.
All right, fair enough.
I think it's 3 attempts though, but restart dead heat here, and the turn number 1 and 2.
That's good
Ryan
stuff
Bean
right there.
though, he has the faster car. We've seen this before he got involved in that wreck. So
Damn, doesn't look like it's affected him very much.
now he's able to zoom through the field real quick. He's got the 10 almost destroyed that attempt. The 20
He's not
Ryan Bean
pulling away
reacted
like he was
to
early.
it. Dead heat. That's gonna actually tied.
Oh, that was close.
Tied 0-0-0. Dead exact heat at the line, but the service gave Ryan Bean that lap by the 4th digit. There on the board, but the 10 has it by half a car length on the back straightaway. Look at the 46 here, Cole Brown. He's trying to find himself into the top 3 podium for the first time this evening. Once again, based off of everybody else getting caught 1 lap down on that pit cycle. Massive game changer that caution break was, but at the line, 7 1/1000ths of a second goes to Ryan Bean once more. Look at this guy, still 2 by 2 here for the top 5. 3 wide now. The 57 Brian Fine makes a fine move to get underneath the 46. Gonna try to clear him, does not. And now these guys are fighting 2 by 2.
Yeah, 46 is asking a lot of the tires. I'm curious to see how long they're going to hold up, but man, that dude is flying on exit right now. Do the cars take damage from coming down on the apron and then back on the track like the trucks do now?
So they
Anybody know the
can.
answer to that?
They technically can, but the next gen cars, it's a flat panel on the bottom. It's not like you have side skirts that are banging off the bottom. It's a whole carbon fiber sheet, so very less likely of a chance to have that done to your next gen or Gen 7 car.
But your chin spoiler, I mean, you got to be chewing that thing up.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about the Nashville track. It's not a super high downforce track, so the nose raises up a little bit. They plant in the corner, yes, but when they get to the straightaway, it actually picks up quite a bit. So when they hit that front stretch transition on the tri-oval, it's not as low as what you'd say like at Atlanta or a Texas or a Charlotte, that kind of nature. So a little more clearance. Oh, the 10 or the 11 hits the 3. They go around.
Nope. He gone.
And he's going to get... Oh, no, that's the 2, 1, 11. 3 cars involved. All started with Bob Fitzpatrick, Alexander Hodge going nose to tail. And Zach Trenthal just not in the right spot there. Once more loses. That's going to be his 2nd front bumper gone from the number 2 camp. I don't know if they have a 3rd one behind the wall.
Yeah, I think
take a
they're
look
allowed
here.
to have 7.
7 front bumpers. That's
7
a lot of
front
work.
Bumpers, yeah.
Oh, and this is just coming in hot and late. You see the bumper clearance just gone. There's that bouncy ball physics.
Rawlings, the oldest name in baseball, on the infield grass. Oh,
That's where you play baseball. So
that's rough. That's rough. It is. But, bad day for that Rawlings car.
taking a look again here. There's the aftermath of. So Bob Fitzpatrick didn't get involved in that wreck, but he was part of it. He got the 0x or maybe even the 2 or 4x from that wreck. So Bob was your top car in the 1 lap down category. Will not receive that pass through or the drive around. I think that's going to be granted to the 98 of Nick Alford. And there he is. He's going around on my camera. But there's the contact there on the Nerd TV replay. Checks up for Brian Fine. Bob Fitzpatrick does not calculate for it. Oh, Brian actually came down quite a bit. Really pinched the nose of the 11. He reacted to it. Bob did as well. Oh, no. The 98 almost made the contact of the number 3 car, so he almost lost that pass around, but there it is. The 2, the 1, just domino effects right into it. Heavy impact, all 3 cars there.
Seen a lot of that one car tonight. Unfortunately, it hasn't been on the racetrack. And that's where I'd like to see it. Great paint job. Not going to see too much more of that tonight, I don't think.
Go back to live camera here. There's your race leader, the 28 Ryan Bean.
Coming out.
He was on pit road.
He's coming out. We got the 2 on pit row, the 1 and the 88.
Should be getting the 1 to go. No, we're going to be 2 to go. Okay. So we got
Whoever the
2 to
body
go.
man is on the 1 car, that dude needs a raise. He's done great work tonight.
Yeah, 100% here. We're going to shout another one of our partners since we got 2 laps to go here. We're going to bring in Waterford Concepts LLC. It's a leader in engineering, 3D printing, 3D scanning, and composite manufacturing. Focused primarily on automotive, RC, and motorsport. Waterford Concepts is your shop to make ideas a reality. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Waterford Concepts. And if that suits your bill, please take a minute or two. Check them out. Worth your time there. And there should be 1 to go next time, boys. We're going to resume this race on lap 92. So that'll put us at 59 laps left in this race.
Been an eventful race, though. I mean, honestly, it's a lot of the incidents that have happened hasn't really been to ill-handling cars. It's just been due to the tight racing that this track actually provides these drivers. I mean, it's a driver's track, but it's a track that going 2 wide and 3 wide can be done very easily. Like it happens upon these drivers pretty natural. But that also, the caveat to that is it also puts these drivers within inches of each other. So even the slightest slip up can lead to contact there, and then it leads to checkups. And if drivers can't check up in time, I mean, we've seen even pit road miscues come in, where just a little bit of a brake lock, slid a car up into the lane. So it hasn't been due to ill-handling cars. It's more just the type of racing this track provides.
And the track might seem narrow, if you're sitting at home and you're watching it, but you can, I won't say easily, but you can successfully, go 3 wide here, lap upon lap upon lap, and still have room. Just everybody wants to, crowd that apex in the corner, and not everybody can fit there at the same time.
It's important here in Nashville. It's a tight corner. It's very valuable to have your car in position on exit. And to do that, you have to crowd a certain part of the track to make it happen. But Pace Truck is back down. Number 10 chooses the outside on this restart here. 1 of 4 cars on the top. Everybody else still single file on the bottom. All lap down there. 10 cars on your lead lap. Green flag is flying. The 10 gets a good jump. Going to clear the 99 of Cavan there before he gets to turn number 1. Top 4 go single file. 5th and 6th side by side. Brian Fine. 23 of Watkins. They're going to remain side by side on corner exit. Dead heat down the back straightaway. And looks like Brian's going to back it down a little bit for corner entry. Going to set himself up great here through the center of 3. Rotates nice. The 23 is going to try to rotate downward. Reacts to Brian's movement. Still gets a launch. 23 gets him at the line.
Going back through the pack, seeing if there's anything interesting going on. And other than one of these guys is blinking. He disappeared on me. I don't know who it was, but we'll find him. Trying to see how our boy Brandon's doing back there. Looks like he's still hanging in.
So this race right here for that 5th spot just got heated up. The 46 of Brown had to check up and slowed up both Brian Fine and Harold Watkins there. So now it put all 3 of these drivers right there and allowed the 28 of Ryan Bean to close up. So now we got a 4-car battle here for eventually that 4th and 5th position.
Yeah, they're still side by side. Since this restart, they've been like this the whole time.
Top
Just
3
cannot release. of who's going to be the better one of the two here. Ryan Bean patiently waiting. He's got the fresh set of Goodyears. He can make the pass. He's just not going 3 wide, playing the smart move, knowing how fast he is here at Nashville. But 57-23 still just duking it out here. What a battle here, almost with 50 laps to go. Brian almost gets him cleared on corner exit. Watkins once more, great launch on corner exit though, and gets the turn 3 and 4. 23's got the preferred rotation, gets the launch, gets draft help from his teammate, and he gets him cleared. Now watch how fast this 28's going to zoom by. Well, no, scratch that. 46. Now side by side. Oh, contact is made between Watkins and Cole Brown.
I will say though that's a new paint job for the 23 of Watkins, and I absolutely love that Gibson paint job he has on there. Probably one of the better guitar manufacturer paint jobs that I've actually seen. So glad to actually see one of those out there on it. And it actually has a pretty cool texture too, Jeremy. It almost looks like a snake skin.
And I'm kind of curious if it's a Nashville specific scheme, or if it's something that he's just going to be rocking the rest of the season, or at least, here and there. But
are you playing word games on there with rocking it the rest of the season?
Actually, I wasn't, but I'm gonna take that credit and say yes, I was. So thank you for calling me out on that.
Got a little bit of a battle going on for P2 up there. 99's been trying to get around the 45 for a couple laps. Nothing too exciting, but he keeps peaking.
Yeah, it looks like last lap or 2 laps ago, Campbell was able to make it happen. And going back to this group, they are just glued to each other. They are in orbit of one another. Physics will not let them separate. Cole Brown goes really wide, heavy impact. And okay, now he's going to deorbit himself with that damage. Heavy damage to the right side of the Cole Brown. Now Zach Wilson's going to try to take a pass to the inside. He almost gets collected with John Velocity. And he's still in the mix, guys. He is still not letting go of these cars even after destroying the outside wall.
Crazy.
But again, this is a type of racing this track provides. That's why it's contact there between Wilson and Brown. But that's why I personally was super excited when they announced that they were going to be adding this to the actual schedule, just because it does pose and give viewers and drivers out there a great facility to showcase what they can do in these cars.
You will see passing, and that's what's exciting about racing. I want to see everything one on pit row. I'd like to see it one on the track.
I think partly due to the aged concrete. And when this track was ran by Xfinity only 10 plus years ago, it was one of those I didn't bother to turn on the TV for. But then they upped the facility a little bit. They prepped it for Cup racing, and the aged concrete. Just no matter what series comes here now, it has a great presence on TV from the seat perspective, driving the car or truck. Just been a great. But look at this battle here still. Like this is why it's good. It's just too wide all the way around this track. So contact from the 2 and the 14. 14 gets a little loose, checks up. There goes 31 there, Jeff Chandler. He's going to make the pass on them, and momentarily, most of them go single file.
Yeah, but I mean, this track, like you said, Jeremy, it's that aged concrete that's on there. The very same thing could be said about Bristol and Dover. Those tracks always pose great racing as well, and I think this is a lost treasure, these concrete tracks like that. The rest of them have gone to a different pavement style, but these tracks have always, kind of stayed true to that, and they give us some of the best quality racing and the most racing action out of a lot of the tracks on the schedule.
Concrete is very challenging to drive fast and turn on. And that's, I think, what I like about tracks like this the most. It is, as Dustin keeps saying, it is a driver's track. You're not put in the gas all the way around like at Chicagoland. You do have to let off coming into the corners here. Gotta know how to drive it.
To kind of break away from that, Steve Potter on the chat's giving us a little backstory on the Gibson scheme there from Watkins. The significance of that paint scheme is that Harold is from the area where Gibson guitars originated from in Kalamazoo. So kind of a local brand to him. And so it's kind of fitting for that to be at Nashville here. It just all pairs up real nicely.
And Michelle Rittenberry chimes in as well and says she also loves that paint scheme. I Jeremy hates me for it, but I am one that loves to run different paint schemes all the time. I will run multiple paint schemes, different ones, at different times for that very reason. Because I mean, it's especially if it's broadcasted, it's awesome to showcase, something different, a change, and it really allows the painters and these drivers to get creative with their sponsors and their paint schemes. That it adds a whole new level to it.
Little bit of a battle going on for P1 right now between the 45 of Nathan Campbell and the 10 card of Alan. How do you say that? Boughton? That's how I would say it. Boughton? Yeah, he says his name wrong. That's unfortunate. We got a town here called Houghton, and it's spelled, obviously the same way, but with an E. So I tried. All right, Mr. Boughton.
I mean, technically speaking, we have not been corrected. We've been saying Boughton since the start of broadcasting RSR. And not once has he told us that we were doing it wrong. So,
Fair.
I mean, just going off the assumption, I haven't been physically been told, yes, that is the right way.
You may both say his name wrong.
Yeah, maybe you're the right one this whole time.
That's right.
Very well
Of
could
course
be.
I am. I mean,
If you ask my wife, it would not be the first time that I've been wrong.
so anyway, through all that, he was able to hold on to the lead, but Nathan's been challenging for a few minutes, and what's happening, our boy Ryan Bean is just a couple seconds back, sliding his way back up there in third place. Within a second, he's coming. He's coming.
I still remember when Boughton and
He's fast.
Daffodil took me out of Darlington, so if
Oh,
I'm saying his name wrong. It's okay.
that's all right. And he's still trying to get that battle for the lead, but here's our guy right here, number 28. Come all the way back from that damage we saw with him earlier. Still one of the faster cars on track. He's broke away from everybody else. Chase these two down. What do you think? What do you think he's going to do? You think he's going to ride back there for a little while, Jeremy? You think he's just going to blow by him and get some distance?
Oh, he's going to blow the doors off of the 10 and the 45. If Dustin wants to kick up the pit strategy report there on the upper left-hand side of your screen,
Let's see how the tires.
we'll take a look at that. Ryan Bean, you see that 9-lap difference between your race leader and his set of tires.
There it
And
goes.
so that's why he's so much faster. He's already fast, but now he's got the best tires out of this whole group. And so 9-lap separation here at Nashville is a huge difference.
Did you
and
say
this
he
is
went
why.
to best tire? They went to best one, right? Got their tires. That's what it was.
Hey, he just got one tire, the best one. Slapped it on there, and it's doing well for the 28.
All right, now it looks like
we're
we're
out.
seeing some. Is that a scheduled pit stop or an unscheduled?
Well,
pit stop?
I was going to say we're 40 laps to go. The pit window is open for your final green flag pit stop. So if you
There you
wanted
go.
to make the stop, you can. And there is the 11 Alexander Hodge, 2 laps down at the moment. So
Now, does
not
anybody have enough gas to make it at this point? Do you think, or does everybody have to come in?
they guaranteed have to come down pit
All right.
road. Yeah, the window does not exceed 60 laps. So we will see all these drivers come down under caution or green flag at least one more time before this race is said and done.
Gotta get back here. Still 10 cars on the lead lap.
And
Richie
there is-
Boy looking for that lucky dog.
There's your first lead card come down pit road, 99 Kevin Ruff. He's going to give up basically the top 5 to find the
It is,
service
isn't
to
it?
his crew.
It's gonna be interesting to see how this works because Richie Coy wants to get that lap back. Don't know what his strategy is. How long can he push it out there? He wants to stay on track. Hope that yellow comes out. But you also don't want to
If
give
you're-
up track position if your tires are old.
If you're in the shoes or in the seat in this case for the 19, you have to stay out as much as you can. You want that chance to get your lap back. And so he's in the prime real estate. He's got Zach Wilson behind him. But as we're looking at the 57 here, Brian Fine, this is a battle for 5th place. Well, that's where he's at. He's looking at Nick Alford, who just passed him. So that's actually 6th place for the 57. You got John Blasted. He's trying to still make gains through the 1 lap down category, trying to get up there. And here comes Jeff Chandler, the 31 car. He is currently 1 lap down as well. So they're all fighting for this lucky dog contention, but Richie Coy has a decent lead right now. I think if he stays out longer than everybody else, it's gonna be hard to take it from the 19.
Watching some of the lap times that these guys are running, guys on old tires, not really going to be able to challenge each other much to pass right now. They all got about the same wear on them, it looks like. So now we're going to have that same problem we had earlier. You got the fast cars coming off the blacktop onto the concrete with the new tires. You got the older, slower cars already out there. Everybody's tired. Everybody's sick of it. I don't think you're going to see people, giving room and being nice. Everybody just wants to go and get this done with.
28 Ryan Bean, second place car, finding pit road here. I thought as the camera was panning.
He had pretty fresh tires yet on everybody that we were looking at earlier. So
he did, and so it's kind of surprising to see him down this early. But 23 Harold Watkins, he's going to give up second place. He's going to come down pit road this time as well. So more and more of the lead lap cars are trickling in.
Nathan out there running, 30.2s. Yep, he's coming in. I was going to say he can't afford to stay out there running those if guys behind him are going to be running 28s.
All right, Michelle, this one here is for you. That way you can get a closer look at it. Michelle says that she's a music fanatic. Plus, her dad played Gibson guitars, so it reminds her of him. So that close up there is for you there, Michelle.
Right on.
We need to know what kind of texture that's in that. It's got colors. If you zoom in on, I don't know if you had that ability, but that is not a single colored scheme. That is like fish scales, where it has a rainbow-like
sure.
coloring
it's
to it.
Like a bird's eye maple, like is that what we're going after? Like that wood finish look?
Well, it's not wood. It's got probably 8 or 9 different colors in there. It's got reds, purples, greens, blues, oranges. Some different tinting and with all those colors, it looks like a fish scale, like rainbow effect, the oil type coloring. So it's kind of cool.
They don't make fishing reels.
You know what I'm talking about. I'd love to know what it is. It looks great, but here's the 15, Mr. Velocity. He's going to come down. He's 1 lap down. Zach Wilson is now your 1 lap down at the moment because Richie Coy has passed the race leader, so he's got his lap back temporarily the hard way.
It's still 31 seconds behind the leader.
It is very temporary until he comes down pit road. So if the caution were to fly now, Richie's set to get his lap back. Zach Wilson's set to get his lap back. Something that they're both hoping and praying for right now, as we're approaching 30 laps to go here in a couple laps.
Actually, if the caution were to come out right now, Ryan Bean, who is one of your early ones to pit, is currently the first 1 lap down as he just passed Zach Wilson. So that battle for Lucky Dog is still... Oh, man, almost another close call. Like what happened with Brown and Strittenthal.
Again, God, we just talked about it. Again, Lord, if you're pitting, get down below the yellow line before you slow down. Racetrack, deceleration lane. Racetrack, deceleration lane.
Yeah, I don't know if there was...
He's the kind of guy that's going to merge right in a left turn lane. I guarantee it.
10-4 on that notion. I did not see any signal come from the 98's camp to tell everyone, hey, I'm coming down pit road, and Ryan Bean was completely caught off guard. You can't go down on the flat early at Nashville. You just can't. You lose so much speed. You can't afford it. So you have to hit the brakes on the racing surface, which is still yet another unique feature to this track compared to most other mile to mile and a half range tracks. And just threw Ryan Bean for a big curveball.
You got to come out of the gas, but you don't need to park it right there. I don't know. It's tricky when you come off and you hit that transition and you're on the blacktop and it's flat and you're on the brakes and just barely chattering them all the way in to match pit road speed. But you really, anytime you're braking on the racing surface, you're going to create a problem like that.
Yeah, 100% there. You got 9 cars crowing the lead lap. Right now, Kevin Ruff is your first car 1 lap down. Brian Fine is second in that line. Cole Brown, Bob Fitzpatrick. That's 4 cars that are searching for this caution if it were to come out. Gavin Ruff would be the guy to rotate around the field.
Not right now. He
But,
just got it
that's
back the
gonna-
hard way.
I was just going to say, it's going to be rotating almost every lap here,
Right.
so I'm just going to kind of keep updating it as the tower updates on my end here, because it is just cycling through with all the different variants of pit road entrances. Jerry Culver bounces off the wall a little bit there. He's going to be A-okay.
I don't have a
At
tower.
the
I
line,
don't
there's
have a tower.
57. He now takes that spot currently.
I want a tower. Where's my tower?
Oh yeah, NASCAR doesn't like towers. I forgot about that. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people in the grandstands where everyone's at.
They used to could do that. Ryan?
There was one track this year that was like, "Hey, I have a tower. Look at me. It's great." And everybody else is like, "I'm going to pull my tower down."
I am honestly surprised at how long these two drivers are staying out there. Hunter Bailey in the 7, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. in the 12. These guys are duking it out for that top spot. And Jeremy, they've been out there for 36 and 37 laps respectively on that. They cannot... I don't know if they can make it. I don't know if they're trying that long game. Like you said, 60 laps is... You can't go more than 60. And that's going to put them past that mark. So I don't know. At this point in time, they're getting just gobbled up by all these
Right.
cars with fresh tires. They're losing time.
They're running 31-second laps.
So tinfoil hat here. 31's calling out pit road. But look at this. Keep that stat up there if you can bring it back up. I'm sorry. Now, this was the beginning of the race, but Ryan Bean, 54, Harold Watkins, 55 laps. That was with a couple cautions, though. So, in theory, they could extend 55 laps. That is 20 laps left for Bailey and Fitzpatrick. About 20 laps. Which that puts them about 5 to 10 laps to go in the race. So, they have a little wiggle room. And this is for the glory, right? If there's a caution now, they win. This is a win for them.
Sure.
So they have to do this. Of course, when they come down pit road, they're going to have a really, really short run, and they're going to lose all their speed, and it's going to be for nothing, and they're going to not make out on that. But they have to do this in order to put themselves in contention.
So, just looking, the leaders are running 31, 31 and a half, and Ryan Bean's running 29 and a half. I mean, at that rate, you're gaining, right now, 2 seconds a lap. It's only going to close it in a little bit more as their tires are wearing a little bit more. Where are they going to plateau? Ryan's going to run 29s, 30s for at least the next 15 laps. So, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be
A lot of
curious.
maths. A lot of maths.
I'd be curious if they come down with 10 to go. I don't know if they're going to make the 10 to go mark,
Dangerous, hey?
which will be in 12 laps, but I guess it's technically possible. But they're trying it. They are committed right now. These two, the 12 and the 7, absolutely committed to this strategy.
And I have to give them credit. I really do. I love when drivers are not afraid to try these unorthodox strategies like this, hoping that it's going to play out in their favor. We've seen it in the past play out in the driver's favor, and we've seen it backfire. But I love when they're not afraid to do this. And Hunter Bailey,
Hunter's coming in. Yep.
he's coming in.
He's coming in. Senior's still out there, but Hunter Bailey's coming in.
We'll see what happens here. Does the 12 pit this time? If the 7 was running low, that means the 12 has to be on that similar platform. Maybe a couple extra laps in that Ford Mustang, which we saw in Nashville. Ford had the best fuel mileage. And so I know it's a virtual world, but Ford looks like it is showing what it can do there on the fuel mileage game.
Well, and Senior was running some better laps as well, but he's starting to get up into that 31-second range again. He was able to bring it back down, run some 08s, 09s. Looks like he's staying on the left side. I thought he was going to try pitting in or at least setting up for it, but maybe not. Let's see.
18 to go at the line. 12 does not come down this time. Different.
I think he's
slap
all
slap.
in, Dustin. I think you're right. I think he's all in.
Yeah, there's no other way. You're just going to run this thing until it tells you to pit this time.
Yep.
That's what he's doing.
8 cars on the lead lap currently, so And then what do we got? Another 8 cars a lap down, 3 cars 2 laps down, and then it gets pretty out of hand after that. But
All right, so let's play this out for everybody that's watching. So if this works out, if he's able to stretch it, I mean, it's a game changer. I mean, it was the right call, best thing if it goes green the rest of the way. If a caution comes out, it was still a good call. If a caution would come out right now, it's still a good call because most of the field is still trapped a lap down, so he can come in and get fresh tires
and come back out.
And he's still going to have that track position that's going to be solidly in the top 10.
So now it pays off as long as he doesn't run out of gas or get ran down.
Correct.
Ryan Bean, we're talking about that gap. He's got it down to 7.5 seconds.
And also to notate, too, to kind of further the storyline here, Robert is 17th in points. He is just outside the cut line. And so if he can capitalize on this kind of finish and put him in a top 10 spot.
Risk it all for the biscuit, baby.
He's looking at it. He's looking big picture here. Of course, you want the win. I don't think he's going to stretch the field. That'd be insane if he goes 60 laps. I told you earlier, Scott, these guys cannot make 60 laps. And if he makes it to the checker flag, that is 60 laps on this tank, which I don't think is possible, but he is, he's trying it.
If he makes it, it's going to be at the sacrifice of giving up the time in the lead. Watching, Harold Watkins coming too. These guys are within 6.5 seconds, and all we did, a second a lap. Do the math. Got 14 laps, 6 seconds.
We know he's not going to win. Ryan Bean will pass, and he will be the winner. Yep. It's just playing the field game only. Even if he finishes fifth place. Yeah, the yellow will change completely everything. Oh, Culver makes contact.
Oh! There it is!
There it is!
Wow.
Oh, and it's
Robert
the 2.
Fitzpatrick.
Rollins having a bad day.
This 12 car just won the strategy. This was the best call, hands down, in tonight's race.
Way to go, senior.
And we're going to go back.
I cannot believe that strategy worked out, but that's what I said about unorthodox strategies. You got to risk it for the biscuit, like you said. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. And this one here, it looks like it's going to pay off.
Hard
and
to see
also,
that right there. It's like 13 might have come down just a little bit.
So the loss on this one is Jerry Culver was the first car 1 lap down. He was a part of that wreck, will not receive the wave around. That'll go to the 46 Cole Brown because of this wreck right here.
And it looks like they got close, on the 46. Or the 13 of Culver. So what happened was they got close in the corner there, and it looks like there's a little bit of a reaction, and you see him drift up, and he lost it in the rear end there. Yep, got loose and just right back down into the 2 of Schrententhal. Tough break for that 2. That Zach has been in about every incident tonight, and buddy, I feel your pain. I'm like that in some of the leagues that we run. It was like that on Saturday, Jeremy. I told you that was the hardest fought 11th place finish I ever had. I swear I was in about every single accident.
Get some good airtime for the Hubba Bubba Rawlings car, though. So, that's the silver part of that cloud, anyway, if we've got one.
And just to kind of showcase that kind of wreck, the number 2 is Schrententhal after that wreck. Flies down pit road at a 9, or actually hit 100 miles an hour mid pit road, overshot a stall by two stalls, backed up, missed it again. Not happy with the situation there from the 2 camp.
Oh, that's a rough night. Lord.
Like, you can't see the miles per hour right here, but you can see the lines just increase in speed. Passes the 12 like he's sitting still. And it's just frustrating. The race, the 2, remember, he's lost his front bumper cover twice. Involved in a 3rd wreck tonight. Just Nashville is not his place. At least for tonight anyways.
Yeah, you can see the frustration there. And I mean, you got to feel for Zach. You really do, because, I mean, it's the cautions that he's been in has not been his doing. I mean, one of them was, driver that came down pit road and got on the brakes. It locked it up, pulled it right back up in his lane. I mean, there's in all these incidents, there hasn't been anything that Zach could have done. He's just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, you have to feel for the guy. I mean, we've all been there as sim racers, at least at one time or another.
Go buy a lottery ticket and just sign it and send it into the second chance drawing, because you're not going to win the big jackpot, but I think you might have that second chance luck today.
Jerry Culver likes not to pit, and so he will get the wave around just being ahead of the leaders this time into the strength and all. He's back on the track. He's going to clean up those tires on the dirty part of the racetrack.
That's a good call. That's a good call. He knew he was out of contention with the lucky dog after the contact that brought the yellow out. It's the only way he can get back on the lead lap. I mean, that's a solid call on Jerry's part.
Yep. It puts him no further back than 10th place. And if there's another quick caution, you come down for tires and, then you take a stab at it.
That's thinking.
So it gets in a wreck. Usually when you get in a wreck, you kind of you lose your thought process for a little bit. But Culver is staying keen to that. And we're going to go to green flag and maybe next time by. A lot of these guys have expelled all 3 sets of tires on pit road. So most of these drivers will not be pitting again.
I'm new to the booth. Do we have a way to see who's got what tires? Can we see that?
We do not have.
All right. Well, I demand a change.
We can see pit road entrance and when they stop, but we can't see what they did.
Right. I just wondered if the iRacing offered that data to broadcasters that shamelessly promote their product.
I know a guy that we can talk to. Maybe get some information on that.
Good to know up in the booth, anyway. I mean, unless you're keeping a cheat sheet the whole race, you really don't know.
It's hard to do that for
get a little insight on their strategy.
Well, good news. Good news. We've got new stuff in the works for the broadcast, so that could be something that we might be able to try to add to that. So
if they offer the data,
right?
Dustin is low key saying there might be a new feature being added to the broadcast in the near future.
On the lead lap now.
Ryan Bean will be your race leader. Pace Truck's going to pull down now. Harold Watkins second, Nathan Campbell third, Brian Fine fourth, Robert Fitzpatrick is your top 5. Going to be a 9-lap shot. Okay. Well, that was number 12, Robert Fitzpatrick, who got that wave around for strategy. Looked a little happy on the throttle, and we're gonna. There might be the 12 is still slow. He has tires on that car. I'm not sure why he's taking forever to get up to speed here, but just bad overall start there for the 12. Jumping back to the race lead. This is nose-to-nose teammates going at it from Stealth Motorsports here at the line. The 28 holds it. 45 crosses down, looks to maybe go 3 wide, comes back up the track, and now Brian Fine's going to cut over the nose of the 10.
3 wide. Beautiful.
Still good. Great racing right there.
Love it.
That was so close between Brian Fine and Adam Boughton. I was tensing there for a moment on that one.
Made me pucker.
So 2x2 here. 7 laps to go when the BestOne Tire 200. They're top 6.
Oh, look at that. There we
all
go.
within a blanket of one another. To
We're
steal
all belly
Dustin's
to butt
terminology.
Yeah, it's accurate terminology, though. I mean, they were 2x2x2. Your top 6 duking it out here, and you got Zach Wilson, Richie Coy, and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. back there. They're looking to try to come into the mix as well.
Harold Watkins leads that lap this time by 5/1000ths of a second. Oh, check out by the 40.
99 is just
3 wide.
Oh, Lord. And there goes. There goes.
No.
Oh, how did he hold on to that?
Yeah.
Oh,
99 came back up and caused the wreck.
I think his steering
He
might have
blown
been
a tire.
Well, his steering might have been off because he went airborne on that one.
Yeah,
and
he did.
landed hard.
And that car just went straight. There was no turning it after that, hey?
And what I was about ready to say was there was actually 2 races going on there. You had your top 6 fighting, but then you had Zach Wilson and Richie Coy was also in the mix, and they're fighting for the lucky dog. which will, if he made no contact, should go. Well, I don't know. Richie Coy is showing in 10th right now, so it could go to the 19.
I know we had a wreck and we got to talk about it, but that move from Brian Fine from 4th place to 1st
That was
and
fun.
a half a track, that was a fine move from the Fine 57 machine. But here's the contact 45 to the 99, sends the 45 around.
Watch this airborne, like he just gets popped.
He gets
And then
Look
lost.
Zach
at that.
Wilson completes the airborne, gets all 4
So
wheels off the ground.
Wilson will not be getting the lucky dog because he at least got a 0X. Richie Coy looks like he stays clean. Looks like Richie Coy may be getting your lucky dog.
I guess he got a 1X off track.
Yeah,
on
we're
that,
gonna-
too.
Richie Coy is it. I was wondering because Nick Alfred for the moment was the highest scoring first lap down car, but it is Richie Coy for sure. But we're looking at it here once more
You
on
watch
board
the
99.
front wheels. You watch front wheels of that 99. Once he comes back down, man, they're locked straight. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, he had heavy right front impact, which actually got him airborne as well. And you can see that he's trying to maneuver, and it just goes straight, just keeps going
Just
straight.
Yep.
Like
You can
can't
see that
turn.
when he came back in because he wouldn't have done that on purpose. That was
no.
too straight.
Well, and the thing is, they always say lock it down, get on the brakes. Well, that's easier said than done because most of the transition he was going over was grass. You
Right,
can't
you're not
lock
getting
it down.
There's no brakes in the grass, eh? All right. So then, again, I asked earlier, what was their green-white checker policy because we're staring right at it.
Well, we'll get that notification in 2 laps when it goes official. That number will display on our screen, and we will bring that information
so
to
you're
you.
saying you don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, look at that lip right there.
Yeah, there it is.
There it
Front
is. That's
right's
a
gone.
perfect angle right there to just prove our point. Look at that right front tire of Kevin Ruff. That thing's
That's called
wobbling.
camber.
Yeah, it's completely disconnected.
Turn
So-
right here.
That thing is
Go this
yawed
way.
out.
Oh yeah, well, and it's disconnected. It's wobbling. I mean, you could see it wobbling
Right.
right there.
Yeah.
So that's why he couldn't turn. No matter how much he tried to put wheel input into it, it just was not gonna turn.
That's why I don't give Jesus the wheel. I don't think he's a qualified race car driver.
Wobbly wobble wobble. My wheels disconnected from my chassis. I couldn't turn. No wonder.
Weeble wobbles wobble, but they don't.
Now,
fall
Jeremy,
down.
to go on what you said, here we go. This was what you were talking about.
4th to 1st.
Fourth
Watch
place
this
to first.
3 wide move. Gets the help with the 99 and the 45. And the 23 washes up. Brian said, "Hey yo, I'm coming through." And all the teammates wrecked together there almost. And fourth to
Oh!
first. And Adam gives him a shot deep in the corner.
Woo!
There, that's what opened the door for him right there.
Oh wow! And then Brian almost got it back.
Ooh.
That was quite curious as to why Adam
Go
maybe
back
he just
and,
missed his breaking point or lifting
Listen,
point. But
you get a minute. Watch the 99 before all that, because I was just getting ready to say that he was driving a little aggressive for that restart. And you see, he got into the bumper of the 45, not once, but twice in that wreck. She's in him once right there. And, this was going on for good 3/4 of a lap. He was all over the place. Gets him again right there, and that's the one that caused it. He wasn't patient enough for the hole. I mean, it's the end of the race. At that point, patience is gone anyway. I feel bad. He had a good car tonight, too.
all right, so we're half a lap left before the green flag. First
Oh,
official
one of
green white
two.
checkered.
Here we go.
1 of 2.
One
That is
of
correct.
You guys
So,
can't see it on your screen, but we can see it on ours, because we're cooler.
Way to bring down the feel in the chat, sir.
Yes.
I mean, we're on TV, and they're watching us, so obviously we're
Yes, Michelle, it's an unfortunate one. Kevin was definitely having a good race. Took one hell of a shot to the right front there. Went airborne there. All 4 tires were off the ground. So, unfortunate
Just
night
looking
for
for a
him.
gap.
Yep.
He was just looking for a gap, and it was there, it wasn't there, it was there, it wasn't there, and it's
All right.
the way it works.
Pace
All right, here we
track
go.
down, top 9 are on the lead lap. Last place on the field, Richie Coy, who got that wave around And here we go. Green flag is out. Brian checks the inside lane this time as the preferred groove on the restart. Him and the 28 are going to clear. Now this is going to be fun.
Yeah, that
The
28's been great on restarts.
He's fast. Oh, 45. He's loose. He's still loose. He's holding on. 13 almost hits him. They're going to save it. But look at this off of turn 2. Brian Fine able to keep that distance. One lap, this might be going to the 57 if he can hit his marks
Watch
correctly.
out for Boughton.
Ryan Bean,
Yeah,
he
we
washes
got-
up, he
she's
gets the
going.
ball. Ryan Bean's out of contention here. He's backing down.
to
Here
go.
comes the 10. One to go, presented by Elevated Esports Racing. 3 and 4 coming up as your final corners. The 10 making progress will not be enough unless there's a mistake from the hashtag Logan Strong.
Oh, he's sending it though. He's trying.
He's doing everything he can. Contact from the top of the 28. They almost wreck.
A little bit, yeah, got him squirrely. Knocked
3
him
wide
out of
at the
top
line,
five.
4
Oh!
wide at the line. Zach Wilson around. It does not matter. He crossed to the line as him and Jerry Culver.
Oh, wrecking. Man, they're
And
just
this-
yard standing
Brian
back there.
Fine picks up your win here for the best one tire.
Travis
200.
Rodney upside down, currently turtled.
And so, just to shed some light on what's going on here, Brian Fine,
14 cars upside
29th,
down.
29th in points. 29th. And now he's going to lock himself in if they do the win count as
So,
a
how
playoff
does-
contender.
That's what I was going to ask. How do they do it in their league? Do you get an automatic for a victory, or
We will get confirmation on the post-race interview, but at least he's going to pick up a lot of points and a lot of positions on that standing. But that's huge if he's winning in. So we'll confirm that on the post-race, presented by yours truly, Scott Martin of Martin Sports. But here we go. Unofficial results here for the best one tire 200. Brian Fine P1, Adam Boughton ends up second, Harold Watkins third, Cole Brown in fourth, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. with the awesome strategy call.
Best
Does get
strategy
the top
call.
5.
Yes, best strategy call of the night. The second best was Jerry Culver staying out to get that wave around.
Yeah, excellent job there by the 12 and the 13. Ryan Bean 6th, Jerry Culver 7th, Nathan Campbell 8th, Richie Coy 9th. That is your lead lap cars. Everybody else 1 lap down or more. It's going to be 10th place, Nick Alford. 11th, Jeff Chandler. Great recovery on his end. 12th place, Bob Fitzpatrick. Zach Wilson, 13th. Travis Strogeny, 14th. Brandon Gagnon, 15th. 16th belongs to Hunter Bailey. 17th, Zach Strenthal. 18th, Kevin Ruff. 19th, John Velocity. 20th, Alexander Hodge. 21st place is the number 1 of Michael Sheffield. 22nd, Tony Ludi. 23rd place, Michael Carter. 24th, Alex Tilley. Alex Snyder, Kane Lee. That is your 26 car lineup, and that is the finishing order for tonight's Best One Tire 200. It is our time to go full screen commercial, gather our top 3, and we'll be right back. And welcome back here for the post-race show on Nerd TV presented by Martin Sports. And I do believe we got our top 3 set up here. Third place, number 23, Harold Watkins, driving that very, very nice scheme there from Gibson Guitars. Harold, congratulations on P3.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, man, crazy finish there to that race. You had one of the best cars out there, some different strategies amongst your teammates and everybody else. And so just kind of give us your outlook coming into this race tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun up until the end there. Me and Bean were on 2, and I think we were cruising there. I think nobody was even going to come close to me, Nate, and Bean there for top 3. Caution came out, and we were just fighting hard. I got tight, pushed up into Bean, and kind of took us out of contention. The goal was to just stay side by side, and if there was going to be a pass, it was going to have to be something pretty crazy out of new tires, and did not quite work out for us tonight.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. And just a follow-up question. Your scheme, I zoomed in and I see a bunch of colors on
Mother
that
of
white
pearl
base.
is what I'm going to say that is.
Yeah.
Is that what
Scott
we're going
correct
for?
on that?
Yeah, it's like a spiral effect that I put on it. I guess just a little backstory on my car. Gibson Guitar used to be out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, and before it moved out of Kalamazoo, my dad and grandpa's machine shop used to make all the like the metal for
Oh,
the
no way.
guitars. So
That's
it's
badass, dude.
personal for me, and something that I take a lot of pride in as a family, and so I
Right
wanted to
on.
run it and kind of honor them.
Very cool. And you're a Michigan boy, so I'm
Yes.
with that. Even though you're a troll, I'm a Youper. But it's cool.
Took a shot right there. There you go.
I got to. Can't
And
miss it, but
And you rocked it here at Nashville too, so the pun's still there, Dustin. But yeah, great job there, Harold. Excellent P3 tonight after quite a very eventful race, I would say. Nashville does not let down on the broadcast side. So final thoughts before we let you go, though.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was fun racing. Thanks to my teammates. I think this is probably the first time I haven't touched a track until the day of the race, and so we got a lot of practice in before and had a lot of fun and figured a lot of things out. I think had some things not gone the way they did, it would have been a really, really good stealth performance. Thanks to you guys up in the booth. Thanks to Ludi and Chef for running the league, and again, just very personal scheme. So happy to put it up in the top 3.
happy
And
to see you up there, Harold.
yeah, and it looks
Thank you.
great too. So
Thank you.
good job. Yep, absolutely, man. Well earned, and we'll catch you next week.
Thanks. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
You too, thanks.
There's Harold Watkins in the 23. Now it's time to bring in someone we don't talk to too often here, the number 10, Adam Boughton from one of our own nerdy sports there. Adam Boughton, congratulations on P2.
Thank you.
Hey, man, great speed last week. You showed some signs of improvement. You come here tonight and you're running top 5 and everything kind of fell your way. You had that caution where it just broke up the entire field, all the fast cars to the back and cycled you and some others to the front, and you capitalized on it there. So walk us through the final couple of restarts and how were you able to manage P2 tonight?
Well, I got P2 on, I think it was 2 cautions before the end there. I pitted, took fresh tires. I think there was like 12 to go. And at that point, everybody else was on at least 20 lap old tires at that point. So just essentially the tire game was just that much better on like short, quick runs. Where over the course of the long run, it more than likely balanced itself out. But that first caution during the cycle where jabbled all the field up, I got lucky because I needed to pit the very next lap when that caution came out.
Yeah, there's a lot of people cutting it close for sure there, but yeah, good stuff tonight, man. Yeah, you did well, very well. You did well last week too. So, is this some speed that we're going to continue to see from the 10 camp?
Hopefully, if I don't keep messing up. I mean, like
There you go.
last week butchered the strategy, and then this race start of the race, I was in left field. I couldn't even. I was like 3/10 slower than everybody. And then whatever, I got a little damage at the beginning of that first wreck and got it fixed. And after that, the car just came to life. I don't know if it was from the damage or the track cooling off helped. But at the beginning, I was junk at the beginning.
And Scott, you got any closing thoughts for Mr. Adam Bouton here tonight?
Well,
Actually,
you know,
you might have a
nothing
question.
nothing about on track, Adam. But how do you pronounce your
There
last
you go.
name?
There it is.
It's Boughton.
It is Bowden. All right, we've got a city here in Upper Michigan. Replace your B with an H, but we call it Houghton.
Yep. It's I've seen that version of the name floating around a lot. There's
Well,
there's
fair
actually there's a guy in iRacing that's got that last name.
All right, all right. And I noticed you had the Windows logo on your car. I was really hoping you didn't have to like shut it down and restart it to make it run right tonight. Looks like that wasn't an issue for you guys.
Technically, I kind of did on pit road. I had to refire it
Yeah, right.
a couple times while it was getting fixed. So maybe that's
Nah.
why it came to life.
It was real fun watching you race tonight. Great result there, finishing P2. Good job.
Thank you.
He cleaned the cookies and cashed out mid-race and had a fast car after that. There you go. Final thoughts before we let you go, sir?
I just give a shout out to my teammates. Most of them got trapped from that early caution, but a couple of them were able to rebound there, and overall had a solid race. And hopefully we can keep up some momentum.
Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, we'll catch you next week on the 9th, and you have a good rest of your night.
You guys do the same.
Thank you, sir. Now it's Adam Bouton in the 10. Now it's time to.
kind of night to have.
You know what? You have a night you want. How about that?
That's right.
But you know
Hope
what's
your
having a
night's
good
as
night?
pleasant as you've been.
You know what's having a good night regardless of the outcome and who tells who is this guy right here, the 57, Brian Fine. Welcome back to Victor. It's been a minute, man. How's it been?
Are you guys real? It's been a while since I've seen y'all.
Oh no.
Pinch this guy. He might be dreaming.
I think we're real. I think we're talking to you once more here. The strategy, man, like the caution set everybody up in the top 10 to have a great night. Some people got the wave around. Walk us through that pass that you made. 4th place to 1st and a half a lap. I know it had some things go your way, but what'd that look like from your seat?
It was a little tight. It was just pretty much hold on for dear life, and man, it was good, clean, tight racing.
And it was very entertaining from the broadcast perspective over here. A bunch of cautions, a bunch of 2 wide, some 3 wide, decent amount of contact. So just about everything you could see. You saw cars flying. We didn't see any upside down, but we saw everything in between. But what was your perspective on coming here to Nashville in the Cup cars? And did you enjoy it? Minus the win, of course.
I mean, I've always enjoyed Nashville. I love this place. I've had good success with it, with the Cup car, without the Cup car. Tonight was pretty good. Minus some cautions here and there, but we're fixing things and we're working on it. But I mean, overall it was some good racing. I hope you guys had fun in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, we probably had a little too much fun, Ryan.
Yeah,
I'm coming over there then.
Yeah, right?
yeah, we're honored to have Scott Martin here. He throws a curveball in, and we just, very un-racing related things are going on. But it was a blast. But Scott, do you have any thoughts for Brian Fine here since we got him?
Well, Brian, I'm new to your league, and honestly, I gotta be honest with you. Watching the qualifying and seeing you hit that 9, I didn't think that at the end of the race you were going to be the rocket ship that you were. Is it something that you just hadn't had a chance to work on qualifying, or was it different track condition today? I was just curious on your thoughts on that, where you thought you were going to qualify versus where the car ended up.
Well, first and foremost, I suck at qualifying, so I don't really look at qualifying.
I feel you
Fair.
there. I feel you
Right.
there, buddy. I'm the same way.
I look more towards the longer end of the run, and with the
Sure.
70% fuel load in these cars, it's kind of a fine balance. Beginning of the year, it was a major struggle for me.
Okay.
Major struggle to where I took some time off. I had some personal things come up in my life, recent death in the family. I had to take a setback and step back and just get away from everything. But I got back into the groove here a couple weeks back, started to learn a few new things, and it seems like it's clicking.
Yeah, sometimes you step away from something. When you come back, you just hit it with a clear head, and it looks like that worked out pretty well for you tonight, driving that 57 up to the front at the end. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I'll make sure I'll send you a Fines 57 beer your way.
Oh, that'll work. That'll work. Hey, not only did you do fine, but you did twice as good double better as everybody else and got yourself the checkered flag. See,
Appreciate it.
I just make shit up. It's just what
Well, I mean, it could be like these guys, and they use the fine joke left and right, and it's hilarious to watch it through the broadcast.
Oh, well, it's in there, Brian. Don't worry about it. Jeremy sat here and said a couple times that you made a fine move.
Yeah, fine move.
I've personally relaxed it though, thinking we overkilled it. But if you're still enjoying it, then Full
right,
Send
right.
University, that alone. So
So you got
Yeah, I
anybody
mean,
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Brian.
Nope, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if there's anybody that you wanted to give a shout out to before we close this thing down.
First and foremost, this is for my grandfather. I lost my grandfather in April of this year. He's my best friend. I always looked up to him. He was my crew chief. So this one's for him. My wife, my daughter, Rachel and Bristol. This one's for you guys. You guys in the booth, you guys have been phenomenal since I've been gone. Scott, welcome aboard.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks to the league, thanks to all my great sponsors. It's been a fine day.
Oh, look at that.
there we
On
go.
that note, Jeremy Stanley.
I think he outdid you, Jeremy. He outdid you.
Man pulls his own name pun.
Adding the notes to the phone now.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, though. Hopefully, Baby Bristol's doing great and everything, minus the recent loss. Everything else is great on your end, and
Sorry to hear
maybe
about
we'll
Pops.
see you. Yeah, definitely, and hopefully we'll see you in the top 3, and next week or the weeks on ahead.
I really hope so. I miss you guys.
Oh, we miss you too. We were glad to see you in the podium, and even better yet, in victory lane.
We'll just keep the fine jokes rolling. I'll come back with some more for y'all.
Oh, you
that'll
better, because you sat here and
all
stepped it up. you stepped up and knocked it up. So now Jeremy's really got to start pulling them out of the hat.
I'll come up with something, but thank you guys so much for tonight.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That was Brian Fine. Very fine conversation there. You're welcome.
He did okay.
He did okay.
Well, appreciate you, Scott, for joining in. Maybe we'll see you more.
Everybody.
I know my camera's fuzzy. That's kind of weird. I don't know why. But
It all depends on how many FCC complaints we get between now and the next podcast.
Right.
I have a feeling they're stacking up already.
Oh, another notification.
And we're gonna file those to Scott Martin at what was your email, sir?
Right. You got to rewind. Not putting it out there twice.
Oh, 10-4. Go back and rewatch the broadcast. There we go.
That was my
All right.
actual email for the record.
That was good stuff, Dustin. Thanks for participating. It was a kind of a half broadcast day for you. You did the producing side, but you didn't have to talk as much. So
I did,
cool.
and that's why Scott was coming in. He came in to give me a little bit of a break, and it gave him a little bit of a break from.
Yeah.
He's gonna pull a Brian Fine. He wanted to take a step away, and he'll step back into it with a clear head. He got to come in here and have fun, and it's always fun when we have you up here in the booth.
Nice.
We always have a blast.
If I wasn't doing this, I'd be working. So I appreciate you guys letting me crash this party. I had a blast.
Well, we're gonna thank our partners one last time from the Nerditude side, and we're gonna have the virtual Scott Martin take it away. So you guys stay safe, get your nerd on. We're not live Sunday, so we're gonna catch you next Tuesday on the Nerd TV portion. But you might see us during the OP broadcast over the weekend. So have fun this week.
And happy 4th of July.
Don't lose your fingers, please. Have some fun. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.
This presentation is brought to you in part by
Martin Sports. Get the apparel, look stylish,
Be badass with apparel from Martin Sports. martinsports.gg. iRacing iFlag. Must-have flag marshaling system for any aspiring sim racer. Get yours today at iracingiflag.com. Boomer button boxes. Total sim control at your fingertips. boomerbuttonboxes.com. If you race hard, then you need to rock hard.
And no station gets you harder than
iRock935.com. If you're a collector and that's your game, then Dusty Pete's, that's the name. DustyPete's.com.
back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to when nothing truly mattered